Right. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another ScamNeter TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother ScamNeter. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready. When we build this wall, this comedic wall, oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave, 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet, 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic, and if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's Kemet. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother, Shaka, in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Ma'at Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to Ma'at Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and Black Power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E ScamNeter.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Iti, Ren Ishaka and Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, Sak Passe, Mbote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't y'all hear that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he's dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met the Father Banger?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but I'm not acquainted with him.
Well, you seen him on YouTube?
But brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with.
Well,
whoever. It doesn't hold any bearing with your scholarship.
Listen, I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So ScamNeter, ScamNeter, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry ScamNeter's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for ScamNeter as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and ScamNeter called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any backbone.
You know.
The Semitic Allah burning down tells us was a black God represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef. Hold on. A tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay? Here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere. But you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check. It's going to come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it. If you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now, finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical king's seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the king Hezekiah, and here we have an ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic Narrative Poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masria in the Prophetic Literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Hotep Sinuhena Sinut EET. Ren Ishaka Nukukemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is ScamNeter and the Desperate Baby Mamas. Free talk, question and answers. I see Imam who's trying to get on the panel, but like I said not long ago, the requirement is that you show your face. I see there's a private message. You're probably telling me that your webcam is not there yet. No, sorry, you cannot ask a question just with the audio, but you can. Oh, the chat is for members only. Okay, well, it's not an obligation to become a supporter, but you're free to leave any comments. All right. So, it's amazing to me. It's not an obligation to get on the panel, but we have grown men and women who, for whatever reason, feel the need to hide themselves. In writing, and this is not regarding the person who tried to get on the panel, this happens all the time. They will talk about what we need to do as a people. They will give all the advices in the world, but they won't even show themselves. And it kind of reminds me of the people who have all those good moral lessons, usually in the comments. You need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. The way you're doing it is wrong. I'm doing it, period. You're not doing it. So if you're not doing it, hey, you have the right to type whatever you want, but I'll probably not take it into consideration. See? And we have some people who are doing it, who are speaking out. Now, first thing, you see this thing here? Hip hop stands with survivors in 7 days. Well, right now in New York, it is still on March 19. So let's say in a week time, there will be a protest in New York. Protest against child molesters. And as you have noticed, as you have noticed, for a hot minute, the people in New York are not advertising it. The people around New York are not advertising it. And I'm talking about the so-called conscious community. I'm talking about all these hip hop artists, all these people who talk about what affects black people. Tariq Nasheed is not advertising it. Umar Johnson is not advertising it. The Black Authority, white supremacy, is not addressing it. The rapist and the pedophile of the House of Conscious Mess, House of Pedos, House of Clowns, spelled with a K, are surely not advertising it. And the desperate baby mamas are not advertising it either. So, I think I'm getting some Abrahamic spells, man. But these things never last. Hopefully in a couple of days, it'll be okay. Wanted to grab myself some natural plant. They didn't have it, so I have to look somewhere else. So who are the desperate baby mamas? I see my brother Ching Ching from Be More. Ching Ching, what's up, brother?
Hey, peace, Shock. I got one thing before you get into your bill, real quick. Now go to punching 10 Toes Down TV. He just did a live that says zip with the drip, and go to the mark 1 minute and 54. That was me chatting in the chat. The ScamNeter. I was under Charles Holland. Now watch what he say. Watch this lie he make up about polite, and watch how he lying and he's telling on polite at the same time. Now watch this, and it's so funny, man. These niggas, he telling on everything. The dude is really stupid. Watch, listen to what he say, and make sure you save this, all right? And I'm gonna jump back up. Go to the 154 mark, 154:33.
Oh, 1 hour 54:33. Okay.
Okay.
154 and 33. Thank you for the receipts as usual, brother. And Frankie's going everywhere now. He's so desperate.
And that's me under there. I chat. I put in the look. He thought I said pseudo. I said pedo. He's so done it. He's so dumb. I was under Chris Highlands. Listen to these liars and look how he tell on polite. Listen.
All right. Now I'm gonna share it in the chat so people can have it for the record. See, Ching Ching has receipts for days, man. And he's gonna be, Frankie's not gonna be happy about what he said. Every time he says something, he's not happy. But you have it in the chat, and we're gonna listen. Yeah, he something's wrong.
He just sat over there and lied in front of all them people. Listen to him.
Yes, brother.
On his page, pseudos is on everybody's page. What is you talking about? Everybody has pseudos on their page. To not be a pseudo means everything you saying is right. And I'm quite sure everything that we say up here is not right.
What you read?
No, that's.
See, he tried to lie. He tried to lie and dress it up like I said pseudo. Thought everybody wasn't gonna miss it, but 10 Toes caught it and knew I said pedos. This is how this guy is. This dude is really wicked, man. He be trying to switch up everything. Now listen to him.
Yeah, I just want to say for the record, for him to say everybody has pseudos on their page, it's not correct what he said, that like everybody's correct. If a person doesn't have pseudos on his page, then it means that everything is correct. Some information can be incorrect, inaccurate, outdated. That doesn't make it pseudo. Pseudo is a whole other thing. But let's continue.
That's above your link. No, I was reading the chat. He said ScamNeter have pedos on his page.
Oh, he said pedos, not
pedos. He got pedos. But no, I don't have pedals on my page.
For everybody listening, it's important that you know, because those guys are doing their best to try to hide it. So I want you to hear it before I continue playing it.
How about the mighty fucking Hebrew? This nigga went to jail for rape, dog.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
And that nigga back in the community, like everything good. Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrews channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the bald head nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child. Everybody, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Time out, everybody. Time out. Let me say this real quick while you getting your pictures up there, brother.
Oh, it's already up
first
there.
thing I want to let the people know, I love my brother, the mighty Hebrew. Me and Hebrew, we go through our little beefs and fight, and brothers fight. The mighty Hebrew knows me personally. I know him. I know his family. He stayed at my house a few times.
Are you accused of molesting your wife's niece, who is your niece through marriage?
I have no recollection of that. You would have to inform me of what you're talking about. I have no recollection of that.
Okay, I will be able to one day. So I have my third question. Captain Cesariat, do you have a homie that's in prison right now for child molestation that you support financially?
Yes.
That's for the record. So not only, if we talk about the mighty Hebrew only, and for those who are going to say, oh, show the receipt, show the paperwork, I want you to see that. I'm not making it up. Actually, the mighty Hebrew himself came and he left a comment. He did not say, oh, that's inaccurate paperwork. So hold on. It won't be long. All right, so you have the court summary, and you can see the different charges. 6 of them was found guilty for all of them, and here says rape. So they are trying to cover it by talking about there was a 2-year age difference. He was 17, she was 15. So that same guy that himself, ScamNeter himself said, went to prison for molesting a young child, was released and arrested again for trying to F another child. Not only Cheddar has him on his panel, contrary to what he just said. What did he say?
Yeah, pedals. He got pedals. But no, I don't have pedals on my page.
He lied to y'all, as he usually does. Another lie.
Yeah, let it play. Let it play. He gonna keep
I will,
lying.
brother. I will. But not only has that guy, amongst others, on his panel, he also had that guy in his house. I played it. He slept at his house a few times. That's for the record. Let's continue now.
Pedophile.
Yeah, I don't have no fucking pedophiles on my page.
He talking about what's his name?
Polite have not been found guilty of being a pedophile. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's not what he was saying when he said Dr. York, baby York. That's not what he was saying when he said he was trying to expose him. That's going to be less than 1 minute. Actually, exactly, it's 45 seconds.
When I came out, Brother Shaka, and I tried to expose Polite, and I accused Polite of being Dr. York, I exposed him. Guess what happened, Shaka? I came out first. And damn near everybody on YouTube came down on me, banged on me, said I was just jealous. You can go and check the video. That nigga saw.
So why was he exposing him? He said out of his own mouth, he accused him of being York. And that's Dr. York, Malachi York, who was in jail for 135. He had a 135-year sentence for molesting children. Let's continue.
That's what I'm saying. Where did he get that?
So what the fuck is he talking about?
Mighty Hebrew.
It says something. pulled out the blammo. That's when you was bugging.
Got Frankie.
You had the hammer on. He had the gun on for live. He was bugging. They was getting to you. He said, "Go on.
Oh, you got
I
Frankie.
something here." Yeah, Son ready to go back. Son's ready to go back to Clinton. Son said, "Fuck it. I'm gonna throw it all away. Yo, come on over here. I'm gonna smoke everybody. You gonna stay old time move."
Got this Frankie.
Hey, you want to know what's crazy though? See, everybody going with this YouTube shit. They said that Polite was guilty. Guess what? They said Polite had semen. The semen was on the girl's shirt. Yo, Shaft, the semen was on the girl's scarf. It was her mother's scarf.
Now, for the record, if somebody can share with us the report, I'll be happy to see that, because I think it was Uncle Sugar who said that this is a lie, that it doesn't say that on the report. But let's continue.
They did a test on her womb. They did a test on her stool. They did a test in her mouth. They did a test in her fingers, in her nails.
Yeah, sounds like Tazariak when Tazariak was defending the ISUPK rapper who went to prison for child molestation.
They didn't find no semen. How the fuck you got semen on your scarf, but you ain't got no semen in your body, in your hands, your face? You feel me?
Yeah.
What that sound like to you?
So the semen that was on the scarf, they did find semen on the scarf.
They found semen on the scarf, but that's her mother's scarf. They admitted that in the court. Why you think they keep on pulling the date back?
They're surely putting the date back because his lawyer is asking for the date to be pushed back. If they have some stuff on the dude. But anyway, we'll find out on May 1st and probably before.
Not Polite crew that's pulling the date back. It's the opposite side because they still trying to find evidence.
You know what's funny? It's people defending other people, but those guys who were accused, they're not even defending themselves. They're not even talking about the stuff. And we have that echo chamber.
They already offered Polite 5 years. He turned it down. They came back and offered them 2 years as a plea to cop out. He turned it down. He said, I can't take, he told his lawyer, next time they give you a plea, tell him I don't care if it's 10 days. I can't have none of that on my record. To cop out, is that mean that shit will still be on my record? So he said, no, I don't want none of that on my record. I didn't do it. And that's why you think they keep on pushing this date back, pushing this.
Polite didn't say publicly he didn't do it. And Jabari said that that's the least he should have said. I don't know if I made a mistake, but Brother Jabari Osasi said that that's the least that Polite should have said, rather than flossing. So Jabari said that Polite should be on timeout.
This date back because it's coming from their side, not Polite. They trying to get a speedy trial. Let's get this shit over with. So, you know.
So how long has it been now? Over a year now, right?
Yeah, it's been over a year.
Here go my man right here, man. Here go my man. He part of the 10 Toes Down movement, man. Come on, Si. You ain't ready for the brother.
Yo.
Brother,
oh, man. Come on, man.
Brother, you not ready, Si. I'm coming at you right now.
Hey, wait a minute. Yo, 10 toes. You know
you can turn it off now.
Ain't nobody.
You can turn it off now. Yeah, you see what he said? You see what he said?
For real. He knows the whole thing. You know, he obviously is in communication.
Right.
Polite, you know, and he has all the details, and he's, you know, I don't even know if Polite is going to be happy about him saying all these things. You know what I'm saying?
How could the state be postponed if they want 5 years from him? You know what I'm saying? He up there lying. I don't even know he just talked himself into something. Yeah, make sure you keep playing it over so people can know what he said.
Well, you know, all those things are going to be probably used in court, you know, all those things. So they'll probably ask him, what did you mean when you called him Dr. York, when you called him Baby York? What did you mean when you say I was exposing him? But even besides the child molestation issue, I have played several times. Now we'll play it again about the scamming.
I know you ain't talking about that girl, huh? The one that ran away from home, who snuck out the room and left her mother because her mother left you. You want me to tell the people why she left you, bitch? I'll tell them when you cut back. I'll tell them when you come back at me. I ain't gonna give up everything. Told you it'd be better to leave me the fuck alone. You're fucking with the wrong one, and you know I'm crazy enough to go the fuck in. I'm not scared of getting beat the fuck down. I'ma still go in, nigga. You better kill me, bitch. You better fucking kill me. Fuck is wrong with you? Ain't nobody scared of you, nigga. Ain't nobody in this world is more grimier, low life, scumbag as you. You done robbed from little babies, motherfucker. You done robbed from women and children, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Trying to come back at me, knowing that I got all this shit on you.
So you heard ScamNeter say live on air that there's no one grimier than Polite robbed from women and children. Why would he defend him so much when Polite is not even defending himself? Something is more than fishy here. ScamNeter is a sucker. How much of a sucker you have to be? Now, ScamNeter is going on all these channels trying to do damage control.
Yeah.
He was on Judah Nas, and he was changing once again. Who shared that with us? He went on Judah Nas's channel, cursing Judah Nas out, cursing her little sister, calling her Trump. And for those who don't know, I mean, he's used to, going at sisters.
All of you hoes, the black man gonna stand up and smack the shit out y'all motherfuckers.
And that leads us, Imam is there again, but Imam, I will need you to use a webcam. You can use your phone. We all have smartphones. It doesn't matter if you don't have a webcam. A webcam is for the computer. We all have smartphones. I know you have a smartphone. So feel free to use your phone and you're good to go, brother. You're insisting so much to come here, and I'm flattered by that, but what is he saying now? I have a flip phone. Yeah, of course I have a flip phone. Okay. All right. Well, it's too bad. Neo X in the place to be. Do you mind showing your face just briefly? I know you've shown your face before.
I'm in the bed, so it's too dark in my room. I got all the lights off. Okay. I'm actually on my phone.
We've seen you before. It's all good. Feel free to speak.
Yeah, and the people know who I am, so they see me on Soft Channel. But I just got a quick question. I just want to make sure I heard you right, because I was like nodding out, but I seen you was live and I clicked on it. I haven't been watching any of ScamNeter shows, so I really don't know what's going on. But it seemed like you just played a clip of him saying that the semen on the girl's scarf belonged to the mother. It wasn't her scarf.
Yeah, he lying. He trying to make that up. How the hell the semen gonna be the ladies when she was in a whole nother room? If you get the report floating around on the page to say the semen was on the little girl's shirt, on her shirt, not no scarf. Or he trying to spin his narrative so people like Shaka said, so he doing damage control so he can make it look like it's the lady's fault and the kid fault. You know what I'm saying? That dude is wicked, man. That dude, somebody need to deal with that dude. That guy is dangerous.
Well, where is he getting the information that Polite trial start yet?
It start May the 1st. Like everybody know the trial start May the 1st. If it wasn't that much evidence, they would have been through the case out. You feel what I'm saying? If it was the only reason they locked Polite up is because they had DNA evidence that was his DNA on the little girl. That's why they arrested him. That's why.
I understand it. I'm just trying to see.
He gets the information from Polite. He's in communication with Polite. Polite was on his channel just a few days ago. So
you think Polite told him that it was a scarf?
Well, who else told him? Because where does he get that from? He said once, and we played it before, that this is in a report. But Uncle Shu said it's not on a report. Now, I don't know. I haven't watched the report, But if somebody has a report, then let us see, and we'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of it real quick.
Yeah, I can't wait till this trial go ahead, because I don't heard so many different. Some people say it was DNA, some people say it was semen. But today was the first time I heard somebody
You would
say
have
it.
the DNA. You will have the DNA on the semen.
Yeah,
I'm not a
No, no,
geneticist, but I'm
no,
sure.
I understand. I trust me. I understand that, Shaka. I know what that means. But other brothers that I've been having a discussion with, they've been saying DNA doesn't mean semen. It could be
Oh,
saliva. It could be sweat or something like that. They
they
said,
trying
It
to
is
spin a
true.
narrative. I
It
forget
is
that.
true. It is true. But actually, it's interesting if actually on the if on the report it says DNA and people say semen, but like I said, the report is floating somewhere, so everybody's free to share it with us. I'll be happy to discover what's inside the report.
Yeah, Shaq,
mm,
I'm gonna go find the report so I can send it to you so they can read it and see what it say. I'm gonna find the report.
yeah, yeah. If you can do that, I'm very interested because, like I said, I haven't had that much time to invest in it or whatever. But like I said, I'm just not feeling it. It's just still it doesn't sound right. Why was he with the girl in the hotel room? I don't. I hear Sa saying there was no DNA on the girl, but we know he did try to clean up a little bit. He tried to make her throw up and all that. That's what's being reported. I think that's what the young lady said herself. So I don't
Well,
know.
I think we have to be careful and get the report. You see, personally, myself, I never said, okay, that's what the report says. However, I said, okay, this is what people have been saying. But
Hmm.
I think we should just put up the report and see what it says. Now, is the report genuine? What I've been saying early on is that we first got to know about the situation from Tasha K. And Tasha K had
Hmm.
to cough some money to Cardi B because she spilled some misinformation. So we have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows? Maybe he will come out, not guilty. But even if he comes out not guilty, doesn't change the fact that ScamNeter has publicly accused him of being that New York, and we know what it means. That New
Right.
York is in
Yeah,
prison
Tasha K
for
was part of the first big blue YouTuber to expose it, but soon as she broke the story, there have been other people reporting it too, saying pretty much the same thing. So we know it's just allegedly, but
was it before though?
we know that he got arrested for something. So they got something that they're
That's true.
confident in.
That's true. That's true. But I think she was the first one to. Obviously, she had some inside information. Now,
Mm,
I say I think I don't know for sure, but I think she was the first one to bring that story out to the public, and I think that's one of the reasons why she became so successful with the channel. I think she has over 1 million subscribers because she
mhm,
would get some exclusive info. You know what I'm saying? But people can put up the report. But then again, even if Polite is found not guilty for that situation, doesn't change the fact that ScamNetter said publicly that the guy was Baby York, Dr. York. He
mhm.
also said publicly that the guy robbed from women and children. He actually said that he robbed
Yeah, yeah.
ScamNetter.
And we know
You know?
you play it. You don't play it a
Yeah,
hundred times. So
yeah.
we know. We see you
So
play it.
why would he have him on his panel? He doesn't
I
care
don't
about the people. I mean, he got
yeah.
scammed himself, and yet he's still advertising and defending the guy. So the guy, if he is a scammer, then he's going to scam other people. Then you know. So
Yeah.
those people have no integrity. ScamNetter is really a low life punk and sucker. You know what I'm saying? And he has to
Mhm.
deal with that. Nothing
Yeah,
to add on, sister.
yeah, I was just like I said, I was just curious. I actually did a show about that today. We brought up the polite stuff. I did a show about the conscious community not really being pro black. So, but yeah, I brought all some of that out today. But like I said, keep doing your thing. I was just laying down about to fall asleep, and I thought I got it the volume on low, and I was like, "Dang, what he just played?" I thought I heard Sonetta say something about a scarf and semen. So I was trying to catch the playback to see what was being said. But like I said, I just wish he would have just like kept this opinion to itself and just let this shit play out in court. So, but I don't know. I don't get it. But like you said, I'm side eyed him. I still feel like he pussy popping on his stance about polite. And at the end of the day, hey, hopefully the truth come out. That's all I can say.
Now, Imam is back again. I think Imam is that's the username. I think that's the guy HC. The Native American guy. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is because that's the only one who wouldn't see so much. You know, I mean, but anyway, Neo X. Just one question for you. Have you
Mm-hmm.
heard um ScamNetter say that the mighty Hebrew slept at his house a few times? Have you heard that?
Nah, not that I can
No.
recall off top.
Well, I can play it
So,
for you. It's important to know. I'm going to play what he said about the mighty Hebrew verse, which is only 26 seconds, and then I'm going to let everybody hear that despite what he said, still slept at his house.
Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrews channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the baldhead nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child. Everybody, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Right. Time out, everybody. Time out. Let me say this real quick while you getting your pictures up there, brother.
Oh, it's already up
first
there.
thing I want to let the people know, I love my brother, the mighty Hebrew. Me and Hebrew, we go through our little beefs and fight, and brothers fight. The mighty Hebrew knows me personally. I know him. I know his family. He stayed at my house a few times. Him, his family.
There it is. He stayed at my house a few times. So that sucker, ScamNeter, is going to say publicly, live on air, that the guy went to prison for molesting a young child, did his time, came out, and was arrested again for trying to F another young child. But yet, and the chronology is the way I played it. When the polite stuff situation happened, that's why I talked about the mighty Hebrew and Nasi Yashuvel in defense of polite. And the other clip where he said that the mighty Hebrew slept at his house a few times, that was about 5 months ago, maybe 6, when I was a guest for the first time on this platform. So the chronology is in the same order. Which man in his right mind is going to let a convicted rapist sleep at his house?
Yeah. Sometimes shocking when you stick them. So I kind of just stay back and just listen because that's another questionable statement. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I kind of like, I don't know. With Saw, I've been trying to understand the dude, but I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Half of the stuff he do, like, even when he was good with in good standards with Nepal when their relationship was good. I never understood why he let the men on the show back on his show who like totally disrespected that lady. You know what I'm saying? And put her pictures on the internet. So it's a lot of things so I do that I just be like, bro, where's your integrity, dog? Like, you don't have to be friends with everybody. Like, people love you, they gonna love you. You ain't gotta rock with you. Evil.
But
But
sister, it's very simple to understand, but a lot of people don't realize that it's all about the paper. It's all about the cheddar. Anything that's gonna bring him money, he doesn't mind. He will get convicted rapists. He will get organizations that defend child molesters. He will get people who are anti-African who celebrate the death of black folks. Because if everybody go on Social Blade, I'm sorry, or any other website that gives the estimates of the earnings, uh, he has 180,000 subscribers. I have 21,000 subscribers, and we have an estimated monthly earning that is the same, which is an indication that indeed he was using bots. So the paper that he makes is mainly from the cash apps and the debate. But as far as the monetization, he's not getting paper like that. And because we know that he's not having any 9 to 5 or even any part-time job, that's his livelihood. That's how he makes a living. So he has maybe car notes to pay, but he has probably rent. But even if he's a homeowner, there's a bills, family, and all these expenses. So he's kind of desperate. He's tight with the money. He's tight with the money. Plus, he doesn't really have the scholars that are legitimate. You know what I'm saying? With some credentials in their respective fields. So that's why so many people that were no longer on the panel, they are here now. He called them all. You know what I'm saying? He called them all. Zariak wasn't debating anybody. He didn't want to debate Chris, but because WAC 100 make him look like a punk, both of them actually. And actually, I was told by Ching Ching that just recently, Zariak went again to WAC 100. He was like, what did I do to you? You know what I'm saying? But I'm waiting to have it hearing for myself. But he's a bit desperate now. That's why he came up with his size angel or whatever they call it. These angels, these desperate baby mamas who have no shame. Some of them are mothers, and they are so desperate. It's like the movie Precious. They are willing to have a guy. They're so desperate for a man that even if the man is a convicted rapist, a convicted child molester, they don't even mind if guys around them and their daughters, all their boys, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how desperate they are. I mean, which woman in the right mind is going to show herself on a panel with convicted rapists and make excuses for it? Imam, I'm tired. Imam, he's here again, banned from studio. Boom. That's the first time I do that. Oh, no. Oh, no. All guests are now required to authenticate. Oh, snap. Well, it's too late now. It's okay. Because some people don't have a YouTube account. I wish I can remove that. I would look for a way. But feel free to add on the new X. Okay, I'll remove that. Are you still here, New X?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting to see what's the guy who was just on here. Ching, I was waiting to see what he had because I'm about to fall asleep. I did a 6-hour live today and had some things I had to do, so it was a long day for me today. But I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I was muted. No, I was saying, feel free to take your rest, sister. You don't have to stay just to make me happy,
No, you good. I was like, I'm still probably gonna tune in just so I can see what the brother who posted.
Ching left. He left.
Oh, okay. I thought he was bringing something back, some information
maybe
back.
it's the connection, or maybe he just left. But
Oh, quick question: Was Killer B?
He's back now. He's back now. Go ahead, sister.
Was Killer B able to give you that audio that we was waiting on from him?
I got. Hey, Shaka, go to Snatch Investigation. The title of the thing is called Brother Polite. DNA don't lie, but people do. And you can go right after like a minute. She explaining how the DNA testing was done, and the paperwork is in there. It's on one of her other pages too. You're gonna have to read it. But go right there to like after a minute and listen to what she's saying. And that's what you want to sum it up to. Like these guys, they just creeps, man. That's all that is. They ain't got time to keep playing with these master manipulators. They trying to play mind games with people because they got numbers and people want to do debates and all that, man. I wouldn't even want to do a debate over there. You ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna get no acknowledgement. They're gonna beat you down. That's what it's set up for.
Yeah, I will, brother. But hold on, Sister Neo X, which audio was it from Killer B?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think he was on your show yesterday. But you remember he was trying to play an audio. Somebody saying something about a transgender living with a transgender.
Yeah,
you remember?
He shared that. And
okay.
I'm gonna share the link.
And that was Judah Nash.
Oh, okay, exactly. That was Judah Nash. He was talking. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he had a tranny at his house. You know what I'm saying? It was, basically like a maid, house help, But here I'm sharing the link, and not only that, but they were eating pork at his house. I mean, I don't know if it was veggie salami, but there was salami. So, and also he talked about a message that he sent to the wrong person, and he was like, it's okay to be gay. So there are different Hebrew Israelites, but I'm sharing this in the chat.
Yeah, no, I like Killer. I like Killer B. He be having all the stories, but I just heard him say he was supposed to bring back some audio, and I was because I had to click out. Oh, there he go. Hey, Killer B. Killer B. I'm gonna start calling. I'm gonna start calling you a honeycomb because you.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Killer B, you had me saying Pee Wee Herman today on my damn. I was trying to say P. Hugh Newton, but I kept slipping and saying Pee Wee Herman, and I was like, "Damn, you Killer B."
So, all them dudes weird, man. All of them.
Now hold on 1 second. I'm gonna share that thing. Ching ching. Hold on. I have the video up, but I'm just gonna ask you to give me the timestamp again, please.
Go at like a minute and 20. I think it's because she's talking about it. So you can play like 5-10 minutes of it. You ain't got to play all of it. She's talking about the whole like the DNA situation.
All right. So you have it in the chat, brothers and sisters. And let's
shout out to Snatch Investigations for this video. Like,
okay. That's what's up.
Go to like a minute and 20.
He's talking about the DNA warrant. So not that search and seizure that happened at the hotel. the DNA warrant that was filed later in June. The affiant who submitted the affidavit/application for the warrant is Detective Iria Ferberia. You know I mutilated that name. Detective F. Court ID 02-1032. The warrant itself was signed on June 7th, 2021, and was returned to the clerk on June 16th, 2021. This request is for the affidavit for the search warrant, not the warrant itself. So the affidavit for the search warrant is the application. So what he's asking for here is the application that Detective F submitted to the judge. And in order for a judge to actually sign off on a DNA search warrant, that affidavit would have had to give the judge reasonable cause to actually approve this warrant for them to request DNA from a subject. Like I said, this is separate from the search and seizure that happened at the hotel. Now, we do know that the minor was moved from the hotel to Mount Sinai Hospital, then to Roxy Bolton Rape Treatment Center. So Detective F, what I would assume, because the actual application is not in the court docket, which is why he's doing a public records request, similar to a FOIA request for that to be turned over. What I'm going to assume is in that affidavit, Detective F also uses statements and testimonies made by those doctors at both Roxy Bolton Treatment Center and Mount Sinai. The request is for the affidavit for the search warrant, not the warrant itself. The suspect name is Michael Noah Jr., date of birth 8/10/1983. This is a criminal request. Now, this lets me know that, like I said in my previous video, that David Tars is going to take a more technical approach to how he is fighting this case, because he's not actually, in all of the documentation that I've seen, he has not yet addressed the counts involved in this case. We know that there's lewd and lascivious acts, delinquency of a minor. He has yet to address those things, those allegations. He's more so taking that technical approach of okay, should you have had his DNA in the first place? Did you get the DNA justly? Is basically what I think his angle is right now. Look at who he's deposing. He's deposing the forensic investigators. Those were the first people that they wanted to depose, on top of the fact that he's requesting the affidavit for the DNA. So I'm thinking he's going to try to get the DNA kicked out. Maybe a plea deal of delinquency of a minor or child endangerment or something like that, but dropping the lewd and lascivious acts. However, as you saw in the count, the actual counts don't even address the DNA. The DNA, I think the prosecution is going to be using the DNA to bolster what they're saying occurred that night in that hotel room between Brother Polite.
There's a few things I want to go over. Those are the counts. By the way, I think the sister speaking mentioned a police officer. Let's go back. You know, I'm not an expert, but Esquire, ESQ stands for Esquire, and I think that's the title for a lawyer. So you see where it says number 2, I don't know if you can see my cursor, request information, where you have the larger paragraph. It says, I, David Taras, ESQ, that stands for Esquire. So I presume that is a lawyer making the request. But anyway, now the counts. Starts with count. No, we have count 1. So it says Michael Newark Jr. Can you hear me, brothers and sisters?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. Just checking. So, on or about February 27, 2021, in the county and state aforesaid, being a person of the age of 18 years or older, did unlawfully and intentionally, one or more occasions, touch the breast or the clothing covering the breast of and maybe that is most likely that is the name of the person. A minor, a person 12 years of age or older, but less than 16 years of age. And people have been saying that she was 14 or 15, in violation of S.8 800.045 C2. Probably FLS stands for Florida State. Contrary to the form of the statute, in such cases made and provided and against the case, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Florida. Then we have count 2. And the aforesaid assistant state attorney on the oath, further information makes Michael Noor Jr. on or about February 27, 2021 in the county and state aforesaid being a person of similar touchable tucks. But here, we have the similar, or the clothing covering the. Oh no, earlier was the breast, right? So this time the only difference is that it says touch the buttocks or the clothing covering the buttocks off, and then we have a name that is blanked out, for understandable reasons. In violation, blah blah blah. Okay, and then what about count 3? And the aforesaid this. Okay, so here it says touch a person to with, not with, but WIT colon. I don't know what that stands for. We have a name again. And here says under 16 years of age. Obviously, there's supposed to be a space between age and in a lewd or lascivious manner. In France you have technicality sometimes, and I think in America you have it. But in France, you may have a mistake like that, and they're gonna use that, and get one thing thrown out. But anyway, a lewd or lascivious manner. Lascivious, what is? Oh no, I'm not familiar with that term. Lascivious, Webster. Here with or showing sexual desire. Okay, I'm going to share that in the chat. So we have it for the record. We are updating our vocabulary because I'm sorry, with ScamNeter's channel full of pedals, we have to step our game up with all these terms. Now, in violation, blah blah blah. Okay, so let me play it again. I think I'll stop around here, but I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Dropping the lewd and lascivious acts. However, as you saw in the count, the actual counts don't even address the DNA. The DNA, I think the prosecution is going to be using the DNA to bolster what they're saying occurred that night in that hotel room between Brother Polite and the minor, because 1 and 2 counts are about him touching.
We have count 4. So what is different here? Oh, here. After the age, it says did unlawfully and intentionally expose the genitals in a lewd or lascivious manner in the presence of a person. Okay, let's continue.
Touching her upper body and lower body, but none of the counts specifically talk about DNA.
And we have count 5. Now, here it says did unlawfully commit any act to with drugged and or provided drugs and or provided alcoholic beverages to a minor which caused, tended to cause, encourage, or contributed to a child to, and then we have a name, most likely minor, becoming a delinquent or dependent child or a child in need of services in violation, blah blah blah. So people say that she threw up or something. I don't know if, I really don't know. He will have his day in court, but I don't know if maybe the lady was given alcohol or drug, so she wasn't really in the right mind. And then when the effect of the alcohol or drug faded away, then she kind of realized that there was a man with some body parts.
He did give us some drugs. He gave us some drugs that she supposed to threw up or something. He tried to give us something.
Well, allegedly, but we'll definitely find out. It's coming real soon. In about a month and 10 days. So let's continue. So
now they do talk about him exposed.
Damn, count 6. Okay, so here it says did without lawfully authority, knowingly or recklessly take or entice or aid, abet, hire, or otherwise procure another to take or entice a minor to TS. So TS most likely are the initials of the young lady. So from the custody of the minor's parent, guardian, public agency having a lawful charge of the minor or incompetent person or any other lawful custodian to, and then we probably have some name. Okay, all right.
Exposing his genitals. But other than that, those counts specifically do not bring in the DNA. I think that the DNA is just something that is used to even further bolster their case that yes, this happened, and we have DNA proof that this happened. It doesn't change the fact that Polite has yet to say, I didn't do it, I wasn't there, they're lying. Instead, he said,
DNA don't lie. But what they forget to tell you is people do.
DNA don't lie, but people do. That just showed us his hand. He's probably not a great poker player. That just showed us his hand. So what they're trying to do is possibly get the DNA kicked out on a technicality, because what they'll try to say is that that DNA may or may not have been planted, but that Florida did not follow some sort of protocol necessary to obtain that DNA. Let me know, what do you think this means? The fact that Brother Polite's attorneys filed a public record request for the application / affidavit for the search warrant. All right, it's your girl, Angie Snatch.
All right.
Yeah, we gonna have to find out on one of her other page. She got that paperwork, the whole thing with the DNA stuff on there. So you can just go check her page out. It's on one of them.
Well, hold on. What is it?
Yeah, you can just send people her link.
Yeah. Now, would you know the title of the video?
No, I'm gonna have to look at it again.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. I'm gonna send it to you. We can do it one other day.
Okay.
So people so we can go right to it instead of listening to all that other stuff.
Okay.
So we can, besides chatter, we on y'all head. Y'all know what time it is.
Actually, here, a lot of people, I've probably never seen Polite like that. That's when he was called. I mean, first he was known as True Light, but here we have a rundown. Well, maybe TS is not the initial, because here we have a stay away order, pre-trial conditional TS. But anyway, or maybe it was just, oh, there it is. Maybe it was just a thumbnail. We have Sa, we have King Simon, we have Supernova Sloan.
Yeah,
this lady is Queen Afua, but they're not responsible for this. So that's Dr. Sabi, and what I wanted to show you is, well, you see, that's how he used to dress before, but there's another one. That's the one. And when I first knew of him, Killer B, you back. That's how he used to dress. But he has a right to dress however he wants. He can change, you know what I'm saying? But his wives, they had natural hair first, and then next thing you know, they change their style. But it is what it is. But everybody feel free to add on.
No, I'm just gonna say this now. I'm gonna X out and go to bed. At the end of the day, I feel like we can't look at that. From my understanding, the girl gave a statement on what happened to her, and I don't see where it's beneficial or what kind of plan the mother and her could came up with to make Polite take her to another hotel. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I just keep, when people keep asking me why I until he's found guilty, I cannot say that he did these things. But reason why I believe that he might be guilty is I'm going off of just the young girl's testimony. Like what she says, I feel like she's old enough to know to tell somebody, look, this what happened to me. He did this. Why would they charge him with exposing his genitalia unless she testify he showed me his penis? You get what I'm saying?
And you know what it is,
Personally,
Neil.
I wouldn't.
It's
Personally,
the
I
people.
wouldn't go off the. Sorry, Ching Ching, just one moment. Personally, I wouldn't go off just a testimony of a child because parents can get their children
Not
to lie.
brother.
But
Look, I just had this discussion before. Usually, when a child is coached, their story changes when they're interviewed over and over. And one thing about Florida, I live in Florida. One thing I know about Florida, Florida don't play about them pedophile and sex and abuse. They do not play. When I say they cross their T's and they dot their I's, they don't just let pedophiles get away like that. Like, and I'm like I said, I'm not saying Polite did it. I just believe he did it based off the
I
information that
understand.
I've
I
heard.
understand.
So, but
I understand because
allegedly, we got,
you know,
to cover me. Allegedly, this girl
yes,
gave a testimony and she's 14. This is
yeah,
not a 4-year-old,
Right.
someone who can be
yeah.
coached. This girl is 4 years away from being an adult.
Right.
You know,
And Neil X, and you gotta think about it. Look who all the people that's telling you this information about the why you doing this, why you doing it. It's even people that want to get a debate over there, people that think they smart and they want to get their knowledge to ScamNeter page. They obsessed with ScamNeter and Polite and with this old fan. That's why we stuck where we at now, because we still believing in Fred Flintstone days, the fantasy life. Like, these people are really crazy. Like, I never seen so many Looney Tunes on the internet. When I go in the real world outside and you can ask somebody like, ScamNeter and Polite, and I don't know no goddamn going ScamNeter and Polite. It's only a small sector of the internet. The internet is way total different than in the real world. And these dudes got these people on the internet so hypnotized of their little fame they got on the internet. So everybody that want to debate, like Judah Nash and all them, they going to take up for ScamNeter. That's how I met Judah Nash and them. I was going at them when that Polite stuff first happened. They was taking up for Polite and ScamNeter, talking about, well, he the Godfather, he did this, he ain't do nothing. Y'all just want to debate, to go over there, and all of them got the same thing in their mind. They want to go to ScamNeter panel and see if they can take all his people from over there. Don't know, half of them people is bots. Half of them people is not real people, brother. You debating with bots. How can he have 100 and something thousand subscribers? Then when he go live, he got like 1,000 people in there, with half of them is bots. And then when he give a debate, it's only like 50 people at the debate. Like, come on, man. The women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
yeah. So, with that being said, like I said, regardless of what he says, that DNA thing, I mean, the girl could have had her mama's scarf on. Like, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, we'll wait for it when it come out in court. But like I told people, the reason why I believe he's guilty, because I believe the young girl's testimony. That's really for some hard to make up. And she had to go to the hospital, and she went to 2 hospitals. Let's not neglect that. Right. So I would like the story, like they said in the report, the mother called.
Have you seen the testimony of the girl?
No, but Tasha K read it. Did you remember how we told you that Tasha K the one was the first one?
I agree with you, but I recall her saying, okay, this what happened, this what he did, but I don't recall her reading the testimony. But my memory.
You gotta go watch it's on the video, because remember, she broke the story, and then that's when I guess with her.
I remember that part. Yeah, but I just remember her saying, okay, he did this, he did that, blah blah blah. I just don't remember her reading like the testimony of the girl herself.
Well,
but.
Yeah, maybe I said it wrong. Maybe she read the statement, the police record. Maybe it was that, but it's supposedly, from my understanding, that the little girl told them what happened to her. So that's why she told. That's like that's how. Hold on, listen. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. I'm saying just listen to this point. For is how we heard about him trying to make her throw up, the body parts, the lips and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was just them 2 by themselves, his word against his. How did they know if anything like that happened unless she gave a statement? Right. That's just like the obvious thing to conclude. Of course, he didn't tell them, hey, I tried to make her throw up. I gave her drugs. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
like, they get it.
The mother may have made the statement because the girl is minor, so the mother.
Polite was trying to make them
listen, look, listen what I'm saying. If they charge him, one of the charges of him exposing his genitals to her, if the mother wasn't there, and it's just the little girl and Polite, how would that be a charge unless somebody gave a statement saying he exposed the genital. So only person could make that statement is the little girl. The mama can't say
Well,
polite exposed his genitals to my daughter. How
she
would
can.
she know that
She
she
can
wasn't
say, but
there?
she
So
can
it's
say my daughter
obvious
said
if
it.
that's the. I'm just telling y'all. Just if you follow the charge, one of the charge is him exposing his genitals. Somebody gave a
Yes,
statement, and the only person who
yes.
can give that statement for that to be a charge is they taking the little girl's word for it. So she must have made a
Maybe
statement saying, telling them what happened to her.
possible. It's possible, but I think maybe the mother also made the statement, or maybe the mother filed the complaint and the daughter made the statement. But it's like we will get more clarity because we heard so many reports and stuff. But so far,
Yeah,
I
you
keep
better
asking people.
ask the girl. The girl told her then. You know what I mean? She said it to the police.
We hear you
But what's
loud,
the
brother.
highest charge that these
We hear
charges
you far away, brother Kilo B. I don't know if maybe you're far from the
like? What's the
mic.
highest penalty?
Can you hear me, Kilo B?
But all right, I'm going to bed. But everything that's been said is allegedly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We
allegedly.
get some
So,
clarity very soon.
but if he get
Kilo
a
B,
guilty charge, I don't. It's gonna be if he is found guilty. Because I'm telling you, if that girl get on that stand and give that statement or give a testimony, it's gonna be hard for them to find him innocent unless they show her that she's not credible or something.
well, we'll see. But if there's DNA on her, it's going to be difficult. I mean, it's possible for him to be framed by the mother if she's angry at him. But I think we're going to have video from the hotel, and we're going to get some clarity definitely. But Kilo B, can you hear me? Can you hear me, UX?
Yeah, I can hear you. You fine, but I'm out. I'm dropping off. Have a good night.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Kilo B, I don't know if you can hear me, but you said something I couldn't really hear because it sounded like you were far away from the mic. But right now, I don't hear you. I don't know if you're speaking. It doesn't look like it because the stuff is not moving. But let me just reply to a message in the comments. Now, tell me, can you hear? Oh, Kilo B is away. He might come back. We also lost Ching Ching. Now, somebody put about a gun. What was it? There it is. Tony Williams Road. When did he have the gun on the live though? I don't think it was a live. I think it was just a video that he uploaded. If I remember correctly, he was in his car, and I seen the video where he showed the gun in front of the camera. Maybe he was alive. Maybe he wasn't in his car, but my memory doesn't fail me. He was in the car and he pulled out the gun. Trying to intimidate his haters. Satanas va do retro. Back Ben. Hey, Kid B, what's up?
Yeah, what up, man?
And yeah, I couldn't hear what you were saying earlier.
So So what's the highest charge that they would have?
What is the what? Sorry.
That what penalty has the highest charge.
Okay, it was breaking up. Did you ask what's the highest charge? What was it? Oh, I don't hear anything now. Well, let me go through the comments in the meantime. Texas, no, before that we have Storm who wrote if polite goes to prison, size Satan. We have that nickname here. We have another nickname that the sister Thickness put up. I mean, he had so many nicknames, you kind of forget them over the years. So if polite goes to prison, size Satan will allow him to join the panel from prison to get views. Remember, brothers and sisters, like I've shown, and I can show it now again. Here. Here. Go to videos. Let me make sure that it's sharing. Yes, go to videos. And then by default, it is on recently uploaded. But if you go to popular, it will sort the videos by the most popular ones. Now, the number one viewed videos is polite. The second most viewed video, sorry, is polite. The third most viewed video is polite. The fourth most viewed video is Shaka Amos and polite. You see? So, this you can see why he's so attached to polite, because thanks to polite, he's been getting a lot of views, a lot of subscribers, and a bit of paper as well. Now, Texas Bama wrote, I agree because it matches with motion the Esquire put forth. Stephen P. wrote, protect the child first. That man put himself in this situation. His public behavior shows a pattern that other responsible adults shouldn't be defending. It's a bad timing for him because he was indeed flossing and, grinding on females, you know what I'm saying? First he was grinding on his wives, but then we've seen him, grinding on females who are not his wives, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we'll see what's up, we never know, you know what I'm saying? We never know what the verdict will be. I cannot predict the future, but it looks bad, so far. Storm wrote, polite is a freak and a creep. I wouldn't be surprised if a video recording surfaces. Sugar Hayes wrote, personally, I don't care if they say he's innocent. I believe the victim. People are acting brand new about grown men effing teenage girls when it happens every day. Well, I'm not asking anybody to change their mind, but I wouldn't believe a person just based on some statement or accusation. I think that when it comes to rape and when it's like a court case, they will need more than a testimony. I think they will need some evidence, like DNA or some signs of forceful entry and so on. But Killer B is back. Feel free. All right. You're unlucky this evening with the.
All right, my bad. My
oh, now I
connection was
hear you now.
horrible.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, I hear you now, brother.
So I'm saying that out of all the charges, which one carries the highest penalty? Like how much time could he get? Is he facing?
That I don't know, really. I don't know. Now in the previous video,
Because
maybe
for example.
No, feel free, brother.
If for example, if if one of those the charges, say that the biggest charge carries 7 years, right? If he carries this case out for a few years, he'll get time served, and like they might do a deal with him, and some of those charges that get dropped. You know what I mean? So, and the charges run together. So if you might have 2 charges that carry 3 years, another one carry 10 years, another one carry 5, it's just going to be 10 years max. And then you don't even have to do all the time. So say like the highest charge is for 5 years, and 2 years they ate up with the case. Say 3 years they ate up with the case, and they throw some charges out, and or just say you got those 2 years later, they might have like good time. So like sometimes you might not have to do the whole. You're not going to do the whole 100% of the time. You might do 80%. You might only do 50% of the time. So it would end up with him maybe only doing 6 months. It'll be time served because he's out on bail. So they'll take that time he's out on waiting for trial and all that stuff. They'll take that as prison time at the end. That's how a lot of people in America get away with stuff.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's a
lawyer. That's what it's about, having a lawyer and that money.
Mm-hmm. There's also a mention of a video at one time. They were talking about a video, and can you hear me? I think there's a delay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh yeah. I think there's a delay actually. I think you hear me like 2 seconds after I speak, but yeah, there was a mention of a video. So hey, we might have.
Let me drop off because I don't want to disrupt the show.
All right. I've seen your uploads. I've seen your uploads. I've checked.
I'm just watching the chat.
Videos.
Keep going, chat.
Yeah. All right, brother. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, if somebody wants to get on panel, feel free. I'm not going to be here for a little while, but not too long. Going to get on the panel. The title also says free talk Q&A, questions and answers, so feel free. Notice that the weak moderators on SaaS platform, they have so many words for people like me and others who are against child molestation, but they don't have any word of disrespect towards the convicted rapist. Let me show you an example. And it's always the weak talking points. Always. Hold on, let me tell you which video it was. Let me show here. Okay, I think I know which video it is. So in that video, Kid Priest, Napa, Shada, and Shaka. Oh, snap. We have it in the chat. You have this comment right here by Jahim Ray. The way it is spelled, I'm wondering, is that a French speaker? But anyway, you definitely had a different agenda going in there. I definitely understand why you think in the long run that's going to damage your reputation, because other hosts are going to peep game and may not bring you next time. I don't even understand what the heck that person's talking about. She said she wouldn't mind showing the child molestation situation with you, but at some other time. Now, I don't think you two are going to do that. I wouldn't blame her because you hijacked the show. She said she might be a dude, but that person said I hijacked the show, which was indeed your agenda. So it was my agenda to hijack the show. I feel like that stream with you two will be very good, but you blew the opportunity for that to happen. So the punk, anonymous, unidentified people always giving the advice to say what you should do and what you should not do. But just for the record here, when you go on the panel, this channel doesn't have any content. And usually the people who talk the most are the people who don't have any single content. No video, you don't see them, you don't know who they are anonymous and unidentified. But let's go back. So it's a lamest that want to act like the most thorough. So let's go back to the comment. It's disappointing to not see that take place. So look at my reply. Here I was a bit more direct. Usually I'm diplomatic, but I wrote, "You are a sucker. I didn't hijack anything. I was being cut off constantly, but I didn't trip. I would talk against child molesters as long as I see fit, and pedo lovers like you and the rest would not stop me from doing so. People talk about the moon and the stars, which are out of reach for us. But when we talk about the elephant in the room, mofos are crying like female cats. F out of here." Then, oh, I don't see the other one. Sometimes you need to do this, unless that person has deleted the comment. Sometimes you need to go to sort and then newest first. So let's go down. Yeah. And then that Jahim Ronay replied, "See, look at that. Don't get emotional and get all in your feelings because someone expressed their opinion. That's being a hypocrite, especially since you constantly get at ScamNeter and now his wife, which was your actual agenda. I'm sure they are angry too. So just suck it up and don't be upset. I'm all for you exposing any pedophiles, but you need proof. Right now, you're just speculating and using circumstantial evidence as opposed to hard facts. What the hell is hard facts, you punk Jenny Ray, anonymous unidentified pedo lover? Get on the panel. Until you bring in real evidence, you're just gossiping out there. There it is, talking point, gossiping. It got me thinking you're not being genuine in your pursuit towards pedophiles. I'm just saying that conversation with Napa would have been something good. I mean, this little dumb idiot. The conversation was good, man. Napa didn't have to put me on a panel. This may be Frankie. I think people would like to have seen it, but you playing games. It might be the punk butler Reggie. So here's my reply. You are a clown. I'm not emotional. I'm blasting. I forgot to write you. I'm blasting you for lying like a sucker. You idiots say that I'm going at Sa's wife, a lie, and it was my actual agenda, another lie. You're right that I need proof to expose pedophiles. You dummy out like I didn't show the court summary of Mighty Hebrew showing rape and 5 other charges he was found guilty of. You bastard act like I didn't play to Zariak say out of his own mouth that he supported the ISUPK rapper who was found guilty of child molestation. You are a piece of you-know-what capping for rapists. If you never watch my videos dealing with the child molesters, shut up and watch them, but stop repeat what others told you like a parrot. It's the kind of punks that we have to deal with. So Donnie Williams wrote fake profile, most likely, man. I mean, they cannot be original. It's been like about a month or so that they've been saying, yeah, gossiping. I mean, this is ridiculous. You need hard facts. You need proof. Gossiping. So the court summary is not proof. The comment. The comment that Mighty Hebrew left, where he said that he was charged with that, when he went on to talk about the different categories of rape. That doesn't count? I'll be right back.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair, because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you're so busy frying it. That's why you're so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black, but they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
All right. Now, let me check that you can hear me. So, for the record, that clip that you heard, that self-hate teaching, straight out of the NOI. One of the last time when I was on ScamNeter or ScamNeter's platform, I shared my screen and I wanted to play it. And halfway through, a punk ScamNeter couldn't take it anymore because he's an undercover Asiatic black man. He claims Khmer, but that's just for the novelty. That's just the appearance, you know. If you're down with Khmer, it means you're down with Africa. If you're down with Africa, you're not going to have people who teach that they celebrate the death of Africans and not even object. You know. When Trackfield and Butler Reggie refused to debate the power, ScamNeter called both of them bitches live on air. Trackfield deleted the live stream. So if you can call Butler Reggie and Trackfield bitches, sorry for using the word, but that's what he said. How come he does not have any criticism when somebody says that he celebrates the death of black people? Not just a single person, but a whole organization. That's ISUPK for those who wonder. You can hear that during the weighing. And also we have this teaching, Farrakhan said, and that comes from Elijah Muhammad. You know, Elijah Muhammad didn't use the same words, but that's the doctrine of the NOI, telling you, brothers and sisters, that you are marked, disfigured, and that your physical appearance is the essence of ugliness. But punk ScamNeter couldn't take it no more. So halfway through, he stopped the video. And I mean, he stopped the sharing, you know, and I told him the video was only 3 minutes. You ain't gonna let me just play, you know, and maybe he got some phone calls after that. You know, maybe there was a pressure of the HOK, the House of Conscious Mess, because, you know, as you can see, I've shared it, you know, I gave everybody a piece of the action because they are living in Bible land. You don't need to pay for a debate to hear people reciting the Bible. You can just go to church or synagogue, or even in the street, you have some street preachers. But anyway, XP, free sister.
Hey, peace. After I got off the phone with the live with you, I went and looked because I know that I read it in the article. Besides what I heard on Tasha K show, because after Tasha K, I actually went searching to see who has reported it on the story of Brother Polite, and I'm finna put it in your private chat just in case if you want to pull the article up yourself and read what it says. But I had a feeling that the little girl did tell them what happened to her. So
most likely. I mean, what all I was saying is that there's a possibility that the mother said this is what happened, but maybe the mother only filed the complaint. Maybe the mother didn't file a complaint. It was the girl who filed a complaint. But you know,
Yeah, if you want to take a look at the article, so even if anybody try to say that I was bashing it, well, like I mean, I have reasonable to,
oh, I didn't
you
feel
know,
like you were bashing, sister.
not you. I'm talking about other people who feel like they, people who speaking up against the allegations made against Polite. Like if you actually read these articles, read what was being reported on the news and stuff, these are serious accusations. And like I said, regardless if they want to say the mama made it up, according to these articles and other, people commentary, it's obvious that the young girl gave a statement on what happened to her.
Well, most likely, but I will share it. I shared it in the chat already, and I will go through it. But brothers and sisters, if you hear me, if you have the police report, please share it with us, because this is an article like so many articles, and they basically kind of say the same thing. But the police report, I will be interested. So here says motivational speaker arrested for February assault of teen in Miami Beach. The alleged victim is a daughter of a woman Michael Nowak, 37, was romantically linked to, according to police. That was published on August 19, 2021. Now, I'm going to make it larger. Okay. Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polite, surrendered to police Monday for the alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. The alleged victim is the daughter of a woman Nowak, 37, was romantically linked to, according to police. Defense attorney David Taurus, so he is indeed an attorney, we've seen that earlier, says his client is innocent. Oh, this is Polite's attorney. Okay. Once the evidence is produced, he is going to be exonerated, Taurus said. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else. According to the police report, Nowak, who is a motivational speaker and author and lives in Los Angeles, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. They may use that. Like, you let a guy take your daughter to an after party at a club. Now, and he says that it's according to the police report. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. The report says the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breasts, inner thighs, and buttocks. All this is matching with the counts. Now, usually, reputable websites, responsible websites, when they will talk about report, usually they will basically quote or paraphrase from the report. But others, they will see other reputable website talking about something, so they would just basically not necessarily copy and paste, but say the same thing, But anyway, it goes on to say that Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up, the report said. These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive, Taurus said. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see. The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it will ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Taurus said the police report is only an allegation. We have no doubt that he is not this person, the attorney said. We're going to get him past this and back with his own life, with his life. So feel free, Sister Nux.
No, I was just saying because I remember I had a conversation with someone who said that Polite is claiming he's going to sue every blogger or YouTuber who spoke out against. And I just told him, I said, good luck, because everything I've said, I've seen in the news and in the article. So he's going to have to sue the news article too, because everything I said, they reported it. And, Tasha K, I was, of course, I think you said you already seen her videos, right?
Yeah, when she broke the story, yes,
Yeah, because it's three videos. It's one when she first reported it, and then the second video is when she did a whole stream about him, and then there's a third one with brother Zion. I think his name like Zion
Iron
Lex
Lex.
or
Yeah,
something.
he's a Hebrew
Yeah,
Israelite. Yeah.
yeah. She did an interview, so she reported on this stuff like 3 times. So
Mm. I've seen the first one, if I remember correctly, if my memory doesn't fail me. The first one was a long stream, and within that stream, there's a part where she talked about the polite situation. The
mhm.
second stream and the third, I don't remember if I've seen them. I think I may have seen the second one, but I
You would
didn't.
have trust me if you would have seen that second stream, you would have because she played the audio with. That's the one when she played the audio with ScamNeter and Young Pharaoh talking
Oh,
about Brother Polite.
if she played them, then I didn't see the second one. The
All
third
right.
one I didn't watch because Zion Lex, he came once in the chat. Um, Besides some pseudo stuff that he's teaching, um, one good thing with him is that he has knowledge of the Hebrew.
You said
Uh,
who came in the chat?
Zion Lex.
Zionless. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Zion Lex made several videos going at polite, but Zion Lex had the Mighty Hebrew on his panel. The Mighty Hebrew was convicted for rape for child.
Mhm.
So I think it's hypocritical. But besides, and I told him that when he came on the panel. I mean, when he came on the chat, not on the panel. So yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, what did he say? Because Zionlet seemed like a stand-up guy. Like, what did he have a comment, or he just don't believe? Like, he thinks like what did he say about Mighty Hebrew? Because we know that how he feels about Polite, but
Well, he feels that way, but probably a lot of people are jealous of polite, and a lot of people will go at polite because he's not Abrahamic. You know what I'm saying? Or
mhm,
people see polite as a Kemetic person, and we know the Hebrew Israelites feel some type of way about Kemetic people and Africans in general. Like the ISUPK to Zariak said that they celebrate the death of Africans, so
mhm.
they have a selective um,
Outrage.
uh, outrage, exactly, selective outrage depending on the person's belief system.
That's
So
true.
we've seen to Zariak also. We're seeing the cross the line situation with polite when they say, your spiritual father is a child molester. But we've seen also to Zaria admitting
So
that the rapper Kinta was found guilty for child molestation, but then he feels like the guy was not guilty. So he decides, he decides what's right, what's wrong. Everybody else is wrong, but his feeling goes over a conviction in the court of law. You know what I'm saying? But feel free, you wanted to add on, feel free.
no, I'm finna get off. I was just trying to see it. I thought you said he had Mighty Hebrew. I was wondering if he ever spoke on it. Have you ever spoke about his charges?
I doubt he put
No.
Mighty Hebrew in that uncomfortable situation. But everybody's free to have a look on Zion next channel. You can go into the search, the magnifier,
Hmm.
type in
Yeah.
Mighty Hebrew and see and see. I didn't watch it, but I think he had him more than once. You know what I'm saying? After the polite situation, because he did many videos with polite. He indeed did the stuff with Tasha K as well. You know, but
Yeah, that's why I said I know of 3 videos where she talked about the polite situation. But that second video is part of the one you need to check out because that's when she goes in more detail and she has her phone in her hands and she actually is reading the charges and the account in the police report. That's all I was saying. We know she broke it down more.
yeah, but I would like to see the police report because that's her reading. I don't know if maybe she was given something that's accurate or not. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
everybody's talking about the police report. I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
once
she
again, I
probably
don't
doesn't
want to
want to
sound like I'm
pay.
defending. I don't want to sound like I'm defending polite, but we have to be careful. And over the years, I've been used to dealing with records, artifacts, and so on. And
Mhm.
maybe that report does exist. Maybe she read the genuine police report because she knows some people who work within the police, and they gave it to her. And probably it is well, it's not supposed to be something that you are allowed to do to share that type of stuff. But sometimes stuff get leaked, and if it gets
Yeah,
leaked, it's shared, and somebody can. But that's what it is. But we would definitely have some clarity, within a month or so. That's for sure. But
yeah.
I've never seen the report. I've never
Yeah,
seen it.
that's what I said. Somebody might have to go pay for it. I ain't trying to invest that much time. I'm just waiting for the court. But one thing about Tasha K, I know some people they don't like her or whatever because she is a gossip blogger. But the whole lawsuit situation that she had, a lot of people think that she lost because she was spreading false information. She lost because she what is called the defamation of character. Like she released private information about Cardi B, and supposedly the reason why she lost is because when they told her to take the video down, the cease and desist, she refuses to. And it was just like a lot of people think she lost because they said, oh, she lied on Cardi B. And I was like, no, y'all got to go back and listen to the court. That's not why she lost. She lost because she didn't take the video down.
Well, I
So,
doubt that. I doubt that because I recall that after her loss, she was ordered to take the video down. But
yeah,
then again, we can get to the bottom of it if we see the court document. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
I heard she was trying to do the bankruptcy type of stuff. Maybe even relocating.
Yeah,
You know.
it's different information out there what she's doing. But only thing I know she said, because I pretty much watch all of her videos. One thing I know she said publicly is that she did file an appeal. So
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes people may just flat out lie or just, kind of not tell the whole truth. But I'll be interested to see the court document that says, okay, that's why she lost the case. From what was reported, if we deal the same fairness when it comes to what the websites say regarding the case and what the websites say about Tasha K, he clearly said, and somebody can bring up, some article. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But it clearly said that she stated. I think she talked about some sort of STD, right?
what she didn't say, what she did was she allowed a girl who claimed she knew Cardi B. That the girl claimed she was her roommate or something, and that's what she got in trouble because like she never said like, oh, Cardi B she let somebody come on the show and say it. I think the girl name was Storm or something. I don't remember. Like the girl said it, and then once Cardi B got wind of it, Cardi B reached out to her and told her that the story wasn't true and to take it down. And she refused to take it down. And then Cardi B was like, "Fuck that, I'm suing you then." And she went through with the lawsuit. So that's why I said people say that they said she lost because she lied. That's
that would
what the
be
internet was saying. But if you when you listen to people who was following the trial, because people was reporting on it as it was happening, just like the Tory Lanez thing, people like lied about so much different details in the fucking trial and stuff. But from my understanding, she didn't lose because she lied. She lose because she damaged Cardi B's what is called her image, her
her
reputation.
reputation. Yeah. Well,
And then
I mean, I would love to see the court stuff because I would be surprised that she didn't say it out of her mouth. And just because somebody else said it, even though she was summoned or asked, there was a cease and desist asking her to remove it. I mean, the amount of money that she had to cough is it goes in the millions, like So, um, now there's other thing I wanted to say. I lost my thought. I lost
you know, you good, brother. I'm about to go to bed. So, but yeah, just like I said, allegedly, Polite did all these things, but I know that I got my information from what was being reported on the news. So if he gonna sue me, he need to sue them too, because I just
Oh
repeated back
yeah,
what I.
yeah. I'm glad you said that. That's what it was. In France, there's a leader of a Pan African organization went to prison for rape, and he when the info came out, um, he made a video. He spoke for like 15 minutes or so, uh, a dozen minutes, and he said, "I'm gonna write a book. You're gonna know my journey and whatever." He never said I didn't do it, so I knew it was true. He had other people speaking out for him, just like Polite, saying, "Oh, he's innocent," blah blah blah. Usually, what they say is, he was in jail, but then he got out because they realized that he was innocent. That's they love to say that. Basically, they do their time, and then when they out, they say, "Oh, the girl lied," or the girl recanted. But that being said, he sued the black medias that share the information that the normal media has put out, and I thought it was fishy. So when Polite threatened to sue those websites, it's just to all those bloggers is to make them, it's the fear factor, to basically to scare them not to talk about the stuff. It's like damage control and a bit of panicking as well, because he surely is not going to sue all those people. He doesn't have that paper. It's not possible.
Yeah, and how you gonna sue something you were charged? You were
Yeah,
charged.
I mean, yeah, I
These
mean,
and
even when he try, it will be
nobody
thrown
didn't
out of
spread
court. It will be thrown out
rumors.
of court.
Nobody didn't gossip about rumors. We gossip about what you were charged with in your the counts. Like, I'm not worried about it. At the end of the day, like I said, I can't wait till this trial is done and over with. Just with the whole
And
Tory Lanez and
and
Megan Thee Stallion, and that was dividing the damn internet,
and
men
and,
against women on that,
and
and everybody thought Tory was gonna get off, and I was like, he's not gonna get off. I kept telling
but
people that man was not gonna get off.
a lot of time people predict the future. They say this is what's gonna happen, and then when it happens, they go, "Oh, see, I told you." But when it doesn't happen, they be like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's messed up. He did it wrong, whatever." A lot of people love to guess and predict the future. You know what I'm saying? And that's one big problem with people in general. But black people, I would say that we are very skilled at saying, "You should have done this. I would have done that." You know what I'm saying? Particularly after the fact, but sometimes before the fact when something is about to come up, like a court date. You know what I'm saying? A trial. But regarding you mentioned gossiping. People may not like Tasha K because she's doing like what is called gossiping, but we have TMZ and other websites. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do all day, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So she's free to speak on stuff. She just has to be careful and be accurate. You know what I'm saying? But we will definitely see. What's going on with Polite. I can't wait as well. It's been postponed a few times or adjourned, like the judge said. But I think we're gonna have many, many more revelations. Because what's for sure is that the House of Conscious Mess do invite convicted rapists. Like it's not a problem. And the Hebrew Israelites, they are very prolific with the rape. We have so many cases of people who have raped, been accused of raping. It's just crazy. But when we see their doctrine, we heard GMS, they teach that can have sex with a 9-year-old girl as long as she has a period. I wonder they get all these rape charges and statutory rape charges.
Hmm. And
And
then one of those
Nasi
videos,
Yashua is still on the run. But go ahead, NeoX.
and then one of those videos, Polite, because that's like one of my favorite videos with Polite. He was going back and forth with the GMS guys, telling them that it is wrong to
Yep.
sleep with little girls. That's why it's
Yep.
like it's kind of crazy that he got those charges pinned on him because he was so passionate. Like he was killing them in that debate. It's one of my favorite stances that I've seen. That's why I said this was disappointing when these
Yeah.
charges came. Like I'm telling you, like people call me emotional, but it is what it is. But I cried because I was a big time Polite supporter. Like
But
love
I
to do
didn't
it.
I didn't cry, but I was disturbed. Trust me. When I went to work, man, I was like, damn, like I was really like I had a little bit of hard time concentrating for the morning. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to
Yeah,
talking to a colleague of mine, and they don't really know the conscious community people, even though she's a fluent English speaker. And I was like, I'm just sorry. It's just how, that guy that was checking out online, he was accused of some very serious stuff. So you know, I'm sorry, but yeah, but I didn't go as far as crying. But those are, his charge. We never know. Maybe he mentioned the video, and there's another thing I wanted to say as well. But unfortunately, I think oh yeah, Polite has threatened to sue ScamNeter and other people in the past because when one of the time when ScamNeter was going at him, Polite was like, "Yeah, I have people recording everything, and all these people talking about this thing." So it's not the first time that he played that card, that I'm gonna sue you card, and sue everybody else card. You know what I'm saying? But um I think Polite, I don't remember if he talked about a video, but he didn't say much about the case. But some actually think it was some people talking about that video. And maybe it came from his lawyer's side, but apparently there is a video. So I don't know what that video is, if it is the 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 the, the camera surveillance video, or if it's from somebody's mobile phone. Who knows? Maybe he was arguing with the girl or arguing with the mother. Maybe the girl film, maybe the mother film. But there is a mention of a video. Um, so hey, we're gonna find out some stuff. But who knows? He might be found out guilty. He might be found guilty. You know what I'm saying? But the things that ScamNeter, this is important for people to know, and I want
yeah,
them to see that ScamNeter said that whether he's found guilty or innocent, he will not have Polite on his panel. So
he did
ScamNeter,
say that.
his word, it means is crap. He has no word, he has no backbone, has no integrity, and he just played here.
So I'm saying this to y'all for the last time, and I'm going to leave it where it stands. Whether Polite is guilty or even if he is found innocent, I'm through with him. I'm done with him. Polite will no longer be on my platform.
So I've played that clip before and even go on to say, so if you see him on my platform after that, then you can blast me. And now he's not happy, crying, tried to gather some troops. But sadly for him, whoever gassed him up, got him me, uh, he can see that they are not, fighting for him. I mean, only anonymous and unidentified people are trying
Yeah.
to fight for him in the comments and sometimes in the chat when I open it for everybody. But nobody, so he's feeling very sad. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if you see that picture, sister, but let me just show you. Now, if I do this, that's how it was a few days ago. Defeated. Some people say he was cooked up, but I don't know about that. Some people say he's on drugs. Some people actually, I heard that some Hebrew Israelites do sling dope. They do sling dope. And sometimes I wonder, are they his supplier, and that's why he has them on the panel all the time. But those are just allegations. I'm not saying it's facts, but this is how it looked like a couple of days ago. The guy's really defeated. Did you hear Sister Neo X when he went on Judah Nas channel and basically, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but he went on Judah Nas panel, like wasn't happy about Judah Nas having people who disagree with him, and he called the sister a tramp, and he was cursing out. What I'm saying, it's like, man, I know I have some support. I have some people who come on the platform. They go on ScamNeter's platform. When I see them, I put them on the panel. I'll say, hey, what are we doing over there? They do what they want. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't defend rapists and pedophiles, child molesters, I'm good.
Right. Yeah, I don't watch Judah on Judah Nash channel. I heard he got one. But I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't.
watch it either. But Ching Ching told me, just go on the panel now. They're over there. The size over there is like, yeah, they, and he was being blasted by his sister. I think her name is Nandy. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know who Sister Nandy is.
There it is. Well, feel free to tell her, hey, she's welcome to come here. If she wants to blast ScamNeter, she's welcome.
Oh, yeah, I think she will, because she was trying to warn me. Sis was right. Because she down sure was trying to warn me about that apology and the fake apology. She down sure tried to tell me. But I didn't listen, and I moseyed my ass back over there and then got what I deserved, because all the signs is telling me to keep from over there. So,
Nandi, feel free. You are welcome. Even if you are Hebrews or like, as long as you are against, now, because I don't want people to come here and blast ScamNeter and then I see them defending rapists and child molesters. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's against rapists, child molesters,
yeah.
pedophiles,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm not subscribed to any religion. I'm what you call an omnis. I'm spiritual. I kind of just, let nature be my teacher, let observation be my teacher. You let philosophy be my teacher. So that's why I talk about all walks of life. And like I said, the reason why I subscribe to your channel, because somebody who supports you told me that you teach about Kemet and the meta nature and all that stuff. So that's why I was telling people I ain't want them to think I was over here because they think I'm pissed off at ScamNeter. And I was like, nah, that's not why I even came over here. But
I don't mind if that's the case. So anybody that has grievances with ScamNeter, feel free. You are welcome. I'm saying,
yeah,
because that's
I
what he
feel you.
does.
I feel
He
you
has
on that, but I just like I told you, I'm the type of person I like to let my intentions to be clear, and once you start talking about that polite stuff, that I don't know if you noticed, that's when I kind of start jumping in and talk about it, because it's something that's really it really bothers me, because like I said, I was very disappointed in that situation. That was definitely a punch to the gut for us, the conscious community leaders and stuff like that. So, because the man wrote 90 books.
Well,
So,
this I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm glad you mentioned that, but you have very few people. The guy is 1 year younger than me. I'm 40. Um, You have very few people who will reach the age of 40. Even though he wrote the 90 plus books. Um, I don't know if I should say 10 years ago, but a few years ago. You know, young phenom, 90 plus books. So to be in your 30s and having written 90 books is very unlikely. And people have accused him
Mm.
of being impatient. You know what I'm saying? Which would not surprise me. Now you have some scholars, they participated in many books, and sometimes they have an article in some book edited by some fellow scholars. But to have a whole book authored by himself, 90 plus, mm. And Malachi York, he said that a fair bit of his stuff was from his teaching, and that he will also copy from other people because Malachi York had the scrolls. He had many, many literature. So it looks like Polite modeled himself after Malachi York. I mean, Polite stated publicly that he was in communication with York, he even had some letter from him. And Polite, and I forgot if it's Polite who said it publicly or somebody else said it, but I think Polite said that one of his wives is Malachi York's daughter. But I just don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's Amunet. I don't know which one it is for sure.
Yeah, like I said, hey, you dissect this stuff way too much more than I did. So I don't know. I just heard they said the brother wrote 90 books, and I don't know one video that I saw with Brother Polite recently that just have me side eyeing all this is he was on the bench with some light skinned young guy. I don't remember his name, but they was talking about what happened with the Dr. York, and the guy said he was actually a victim of Dr. York, and he talked about his sexual abuse, and you can tell like Polite didn't believe him, and he was basically trying to say he called him a liar and saying that everybody was lying on Dr. York in so many words. But if I ever was to meet, Polite in real life, the only thing I probably would ask that man is just why didn't you just defend yourself and say, "Hey, I didn't do this. Like I'm innocent." Like I just wish, like I said, he never said I didn't do this. So if I was
Yeah,
to ever have
and
one question to ask him, I would ask him, brother, why didn't you just say that? Give the people
yeah,
hope of something. Like if you was really innocent, just say I didn't do it.
yeah. He could have said, "I didn't do it. I'm innocent. The accusations are false." Any wording of his choice, and he didn't do that. So it's understandable that some people feel like, well, who knows? You might say, "Oh, I was drunk, so I didn't know what I was doing," or they're just lying on me. I mean, I don't know. It's fishy, but who knows? There's still, a possibility that maybe he was framed or set up. That's possible. I mean, I wasn't accused of rape, child molestation, or anything like that, but the mother of my son who abducted him and took him to Africa. My son was born in France. He's 8 years old now, and I haven't seen him since August. And I think she took him over there in November. I speak to him every now and then on WhatsApp. Whenever she feels like it. But she accused me of physically assaulting her when she's the one who assaulted me. But I had the audio recording from my mobile phone. So when I went to the police, we had a confrontation. They let me go scot free. But she tried to send me to jail because she had injuries. So she either injured herself or she asked somebody to injure her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, some women can do stuff like some women want to go to jail. I mean, I saw a video. I don't know if it's true because you have a lot of fake stuff online, like the gold digger pranks and other different type of pranks. But now we have those guys asking, okay, what's the craziest thing you've done? And what is the thing that your ex craziest thing you've done your ex doesn't know? And there's a young black girl who said that her dude cheated on her, and she knew that he committed murder, so she snitched on him, and he's in jail for life now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's true. Maybe it's made up. Sometimes, because I've seen some people testifying about the gold eagle pranks. They're saying, they gave her money. They say, okay, they gave her the script. Basically, you're gonna, walk and say this, say your name is that, and stuff like that. But some people, they would do stuff like that. They would get you framed up, set up on the false accusations. But once again, we're polite. We will surely get some clarity There's going to be some revelations, and I think that he feels guilty and therefore sent to prison. Um, I think he's going to sing. I think he's going to tell on a lot of people. I don't see him being solid and remaining in jail during his time like that. I think he's going to sing. So we're going to find out a lot of things about many other people.
Right. Only like every time when you do share your story about your personal experience, like one thing I just want you to take in consideration in your case, your ex had motive. And that's what I was trying to explain to the brothers who believe that his girlfriend or whoever she was is lying on him and making this stuff up. If they would give me some type of motive, like I said, I would,
She may
understand the
have motive
benefit.
though. Maybe it's money. Maybe they
No,
broke up.
yeah, but
Maybe
that's what I'm
because he had
saying.
other
Like,
girlfriends.
but no one can show that. Like in your situation, you had motive. It was a child involved, and it was her just being manipulative and
Well, that's because
vendetta.
I separated from her. My son was
Right,
6 months old when I
right.
separated,
So
so
that's
I couldn't
motive.
take it anymore. So as a revenge, what I'm saying. But we don't. I mean, there may be motive. Maybe she asked him for paper.
It
Maybe he got a new
look,
girlfriend and he bought the new girlfriend a car, or he rented a car, or he rented a better, a nicer house. Who knows? What I'm saying. But there could be
I'm
motive. Yeah.
telling you how black men are in America and on YouTube. If that man was innocent and he had any type of motive that he can say this woman is lying on me because of X, Y, and Z, he would have said that. Even
Well,
look
I
at
agree.
look
I
how
agree
R.
that you.
Kelly claimed all those people had motives. If there was some type of motive, he would have found a way to demonize that black woman.
Well,
At that
not
moment when he
necessarily
got
demonize.
questioned, he didn't mention anything like, why would this lady lie on me?
Well,
He just said,
it's best not to say. However, I agree with you. The least he could have said is, "I'm innocent." That would not damage his case in any way whatsoever. And that's very strange that he didn't say that. But he I don't even think I would tell the motive, because if you tell the motive, then the opposition knows what you're going to say, so they're going to prepare other stuff. But if you want to know the motives, you're just going to reveal it, at the trial, at the court. But it is fishy indeed. But we are speculating. I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
yeah, I feel you on that. It's just I brought it up on my channel. I get it. I actually said there are some men who don't believe when women are sexually assaulted because they either have personal anecdotes or they know personally where a woman has made false allegations. And that we know that there are some men in prison who are in prison and they are innocent, for rape and molestation. But like I told them, it's most likely than not likely that this person was a victim or is telling the truth. Like the statistic on sexual assault here in America, 1 out of 5 women. I said it's a big issue here. It's a big problem. That's why I said Florida is one of those states that don't take it lightly. If
But
they, that's why.
sister, here I disagree with you. If you say it's likely that she's telling the truth because of the statistics, it only takes it for God to be accused. You know what I'm saying? But they won't send him to jail on the just an allegation or accusation. They will not send him to jail just because a girl or the mother said, okay, that's what he did. They will surely send him to jail, find him guilty because they have some evidence. And yeah, that's what I believe.
No, I'm just saying that it's a saying that it's most likely because let's be honest, most criminals are in jail. Majority of them did the crime. There are some that's innocent, but majority, most likely than not, most likely scenario is that the victim is telling the truth. But yes, there have been women lie. Just because you know a woman that lied to you or to your cousin or lied on your cousin doesn't mean every woman that comes out and tell her story is lying. So
It's
that's why
true.
it's better.
It's true. It's true. But we have feminists, and a lot of feminists that defend females just because they are females. And I live that, myself, coming from not only social workers but even judges. You know what I'm saying? Magistrates. So it is delicate though, because when we start getting to that area or topic, unfortunately, there will ultimately be some confrontation. It will turn into a black man versus black woman. But I'm planning on touching more on feminism.
This not even a black and white thing. This is America culture. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, women men used to get away with all the time with rape and sexual assault. That is
Well,
documented history.
sister,
No,
if you
I'm
don't
just saying,
mind,
no, this is a
if you, no,
American
no, sister,
culture
if
thing.
you don't mind, if females get away, black or white, in America for molesting children, we have all these teachers who sleep with their students, underage students, minors, for 14, 15. Sometimes they get pregnant. They don't do any jail time, and that's a
Yeah,
reality.
but, I mean, I'm not saying it don't. I mean, I'm just saying sexual assault on women, regardless if you want to bring the cases that men or boys were sexual assault. I'm saying that there's a big problem in this country with women being sexually assaulted. It's 1 out of 5. Like I literally like, and I'm gonna give you an example. Like I'm gonna just give you an example because I shared this on my channel. I was sexually assaulted at 4 years old.
I'm sorry about
A grown, like, but I've told my story and I've been accused by people saying that I'm making it up. And I'm like, literally, like, almost every woman I know around me who came on my panel and been on other panels, almost every woman has mentioned some type of sexual assault that happens to.
Well,
So I'm telling you that I get what you're trying to say,
yeah,
but I'm telling
but
you as a
I
woman
agree
who
with you.
knows that this happens more
I,
often than not, that
yes, I agree with you. I agree with
yeah,
you,
so
sister. I believe there are more men raping women than women raping males or underage child. But however, I think it is possible that women get away with it. And when I say get away with it, please hear me out. When it is known, when it is discovered, like for example the cases of the teachers, it's like it's particularly when they become pregnant, there's no denying it. They can do the DNA test and find out who the father is. So when you compare men who will be basically found guilty based on evidence, and when you compare with all those female teachers, um, the female tend to get away more than men. That's what I believe. Though once again, I believe men rape way more than women.
yeah, maybe like I said, maybe a lot of them guys are just not reporting it. They should, because I'm like I feel like a woman
No, no,
definitely
I'm talking
should
about the
be.
cases that are known. When the news say, okay, they even show the pictures of the teachers. That teacher, had sex with that boy and whatever. It's happening so often. I mean, in
So,
America, the teachers they're
so
become
you
freaks.
saying it's getting reported, they getting arrested, but they getting off? Is that's what you saying?
Yeah, I thought you knew that. But you can do a quick search if you want. Not long ago, there's another teacher as well, and I think they said she got off. Sometimes
So
they
did
end
she
up
get off
pregnant.
because they couldn't prove her guilty? I mean, if she
No,
got
no,
off, something happened.
no, they're found guilty, but they don't do jail time. They get suspending sentences and
Oh,
stuff
you
like that.
trying to say the sin? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So okay, I see what you're saying. So
maybe I wasn't
the
clear. Yeah, they
punishment
don't do
is
jail
more.
time. Yeah,
They're more lenient on women. They don't get just as much time as men.
yeah,
So
yeah. But
okay,
then
I
again,
see what
like I
you're doing.
said, I'm of the opinion that men do rape women and also molest children, boys or girls, way more than females do.
Yeah, but I understand, but like I told with some men, when we women try to talk to them about that, we have to remind them like, look, at the end of the day, we get it. We know there are some women who have lied, and it makes it harder for real victims to come out and be believed by men. Because for some reason, if y'all find one woman who ever told a lie about being sexually assaulted, after that, every woman is lying. Every woman. That's why I
Yeah, it
said
makes it
I'm
hard.
the
Makes it
type.
hard, and that's why they
I'm
should
the
be
type.
punished for
I'm
lying.
the type that I feel like if they would have gave some type of motivate not motive, like some type of motive of why that woman could be making that story up, like I said, I would understand the benefit of doubt. But being that that woman reported that crime the same night, within the same hour she got back in contact with her daughter, I think that speaks a lot. I don't care what anybody say, and I'm not
I
worried
hear
about
you.
getting sued by Polite because I'm
No,
only going by what's been reported
I'm
in
not
the
worried
news
about being sued. I'm not worried about being sued either.
and what he's been charged. I'm not spreading rumors. That's why I don't talk about the stories that ScamNeter used to talk about, and then his niece and all that. That's why I don't talk about none of that stuff. But I will
I
talk
even
about what's.
forgot. I even forgot that, man. The dude said so many things. But the last time he came on my channel, ScamNetter said, "Well, she's no longer my niece to marriage." So what? You said what you said. He even called the actual girl's sister live on air. I've seen the video. Many seen it. There's many videos that he removed, but people have saved them and re-uploaded them. But what we should try to do, even though it's easier said than done, is to tell women and girls and boys and males also, some adults are being raped as well. Try to find the strength and courage to go to the police and report it.
Yep.
Because many cases of rape are not reported for many reasons, which can be understandable. Shame, stigma. I'm saying sometimes a woman have a boyfriend or a husband, she don't want him to know. And even if she's single, she may have children. She don't want the children to know. Even if she doesn't have children, she may not want people to know for plenty of reasons because there's a bit of shame, stigma, and you can be
And
embarrassed. It's
yeah,
understandable. But if
but
we can try,
sometimes the
yes, sis, go
majority
ahead.
of the time it's the fear of not being believed. So that's another reason why they, they don't.
We need to try to talk to the people and go be past that. You know what I'm saying? Because you see, if let's presume if girls, I mean anybody that's been raped, men, women, children, um, will report more often. Now, if we have a guy who's accused once, and even if he gets scot free, another person accuses the person. Now, if the guy is accused two, three times, at one point people are going to be like, Mystical, the rapper, went to prison for rape. Now, I kind of read that, it was his bodyguards, two of them or so, that raped the woman. She was like his assistant and she stole some money. So out of a punishment, they basically raped her. Apparently, they sodomized her and they filmed it. So he went to jail for that. There's a video, I think it's Vlad TV, but the title says, I went to prison though I was innocent. But he has been accused of rape again. And it's been going on for a while. I don't think he had his day in court yet. So the fact that he went to prison for rape already, now he's being accused of rape. Fortunately for him, who knows? Maybe the second accusation is false. But people will be like, you know what I'm saying? So that will help whether the person is found guilty or not, that people report the actual crimes, and mothers, like you have those uh desperate baby mamas on ScamNetter's platform, who are publicly defending rapists and child molesters and have the nerve to talk about it's old news. You're gossiping. You're clout chasing. That's the talking points that they are saying. Don't be like them. Beware. If you have grown men who have the doctrine that if a girl has passed the flowers of her age, like it says on 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36, if I'm not mistaken, then beware. When people tell you how they are, believe them. Because as GMS guy, they have verbally expressed what many Hebrew Israelites believe. Most of them won't say that in the street because it's not fly. But in that GMS video, one guy said, "Oh, you say rape like it's rape simply means to grab." I mean, they're basically reading the Bible,
Hey, you talk to an ex-Hebrew. I know
which
what
which
they
sa-
teach.
which says that you can grab a woman in the field, and
The
and and
grab
if
hold.
if you are caught, then you pay the 50 shekels, and you have to marry her, and you cannot divorce her. If you are caught, if they are caught, if you're not caught, it's all good. That rape doctrine that they have, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real
Mhm.
serious, man.
Oh no, you talking to an ex-Hebrew? It's you talking. Remember that was my faith.
Look,
It's
Can you can you can you
so
tell
I
me
know what it said.
can you tell me which camp you were part of?
I was in a camp. Yeah, I was smart enough to never join a camp.
Oh,
But there might be a picture or two circulating with me visiting IUIC. But I never joined them. But I did go to a couple of the classes, like visit with a friend of mine who is a member. But I was never involved in any camps.
I see.
I was in Israelite, a more of a community. The people who I was affiliated with, they wasn't in camps. It was a community, but I don't talk about it because I still, got a relationship with some of those people, and I don't want to bash. But they understand. I mean, some were upset, some not. But no, I haven't practiced the faith over. I think it's been like maybe 4 years, 4 or 5 years now. So,
So it's been four
so
or 5 years. You're no longer Hebrew Israelite, but how long have you been Hebrew Israelite
when
for?
I was a Hebrew Israelite, I think I practiced it for about 4 years because I think I practiced the Christianity um where I was really devoted. Like I wasn't a play Christian. When I was more active, I think I did that for like 3 years. And then yeah, 2 to 3 years. And then the Hebrew Israelite faith, I practiced it for about 4 years. And I kind of started really walking away from it probably around the time my divorce happened. And I think I was divorced in
Oh,
2007.
okay.
That was it, 2017. I think I was divorced because I think I got. Mhm.
Mhm. You don't have to answer that question if you don't want to, but out of curiosity, are you a mother?
No, mm-mm.
Okay,
I never
okay,
had
okay.
any kids.
All
No.
right, okay, okay.
Not that I didn't want to, just certain circumstances.
Yeah, it is what it
It
is. It
hasn't
is what
been
it is.
written in the stars for me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, maybe
but
later
I was
on,
a stepmother. My ex-husband did have custody of his two youngest kids
All
while
right,
we
so
was married.
you
Yeah,
play the mother role.
yeah, I was a stepmother. I did play it for a little while, just for a little while.
You have that experience. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And those Hebrew Israelites, did you meet them? I mean, did you know about them online or is it in the street?
How did I get exposed to it? To be honest with you, I used to go by a name called Sister Zion when I was a Christian. A lot of people think I called myself when I was a Hebrew Israelite, but I actually came up with that name when I was a Christian because I was in this music group with a friend of mine. We used to do ministry with music, and I was one day I had did a lesson and I had posted the video and I had got like a lot of views or whatever. And some Hebrew Israelite guy from my hometown, he saw it and he reached out to me. Like
You
he
still have
started
that
writing.
video online?
Nah, hell, nah. A lot of those videos I took them down, except for one sister said that she probably seen one of them floating because there are people who were feeling some type of way about me teaching. I didn't know that so many Hebrew Israelites were so against women teaching the Bible. Like the people I was affiliated with,
Well,
they didn't
that's what
have a
Paul said.
problem.
You know the
Yeah,
saying
so
of
there
Paul,
are
right?
some camps that used to clip videos and make fun of me, and so there might be some videos of me certain. But me personally, my teachings, I took the videos down. So
That's what's up. So you were acquainted with that Sister Zion, but she
no,
was from the
that's what.
church, right?
No, I am Sister Zion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Sister Zion, but a lot of people don't know that. Like one girl, she realized that when she was on my live, that she knew I looked familiar. Like some people do recognize me from the Hebrew community. Like, hey, we know that girl. She used to teach it. I used to go by Sister Zion, but I changed my name to Neo X. So once I came
But,
away from the faith.
but what I mean is like, you were once a Christian, like, when you were introduced to those Hebrews, or like was it online that you got to know them, or was it in
No, it
the
was
street?
somebody from my hometown. He
Oh,
wrote me.
okay.
Yeah, he's when one of my videos was kind of going. It didn't go viral, but it definitely circulated, but it didn't go viral. It almost went viral, but it didn't hit viral. When that happened, he reached out to me
Okay,
and was
okay.
like, he wanted to let me know that he was like, "Oh, people listening to you, you feel you're very gifted." But I gotta teach you something. Do you know Jesus is not his name? And that's kind of like what kind of got the ball rolling. Because
I
I was
see.
like, what you mean Jesus ain't his name? What the f you talking about? And it's like
They
once I
hit you with the
started
Yeshua.
digging, once I started digging, then I realized you see how deep the rabbit hole goes. And I just kept on digging, and next thing I know, I'm converting over to the Hebrew Israelite faith because that's how serious and confident I was in the Bible, being
And
the Word of God.
I see. I appreciate that. Now, you don't have to say the town or the city, but if you want, you can say. You don't have to either, but if you want, you don't mind saying the state where you are from.
I'm from Florida. I never heard that. Everybody,
Oh,
you can
okay,
hear it in
okay,
my accent.
okay.
So,
Oh well,
yeah,
me personally, I can tell if it's a southern accent, like like probably Atlanta and Mississippi and stuff like that. But otherwise, I can never tell. Like that's a LA accent, that's a New York accent, that's a DC.
yeah, I
But
definitely.
obviously English is not my mother tongue. But oh yeah, well, there's plenty of Haitians over there in Florida. I have family over
My
there.
mom's from Alabama. My dad's from Georgia. You could hear the Florida accent. I got all that country that
Yeah,
comes out. But no, I'm from Florida.
I got family in Miami and Fort Myers.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I live in the Jacksonville area. I already shared this on my page. This ain't no secret.
I
So
see, I see. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, actually, I had another question, but I lost my thought. When you said Florida, I said all these memories of me being over there, chilling with the family and meeting people. But maybe it will come back to me some other time. But
yeah.
something else. I was wondering. Um, oh, I hate when it's like that. You know you're gonna ask a question, and then when it's time to ask it, then you just forget it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get brain fogs all the time. So that's why I've been trying to do better with my lives and writing stuff down because I'd be like, dang, I be having a good point and a good question, but
yeah,
it just as quick as it popped in my head, it goes away.
yeah.
So, but I feel you, and then you might be tired because I'm tired. That's what I'm saying. I'm finna, but I
Oh,
only,
shit.
yeah, I'm finna. I was only up because, like I said, I heard right before I
Oh,
was
I
about to
remember the
click off my
question.
phone.
Mm.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I remember the
Oh,
question.
I
Feel
was
free.
just saying right before I clicked off, about to click off my phone, when you played that ScamNeter video about the semen being on the scarf, I had to hear that part because I was like, what the hell? Because like I said, I haven't been watching his shows, so I don't know what's been said.
Well, I
So,
don't watch his stuff either, and people inform me, okay, he said this and that, people told me, oh, he talked about your mom and dad, he said they were liars and stuff like that. I still haven't heard him for myself. I asked people to send me the timestamp, but my question to you, do you think that the Canaanites or Hebrews were black? Do you believe that they were black?
I believe the Canaanites were. I don't think the Hebrews actually existed. I don't think those group of people. I don't think they actually existed
Well,
historically.
let's say that's why
I
I
think they
like
were
to say
written. I think
Canaanites.
they were written in history.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of time I like to say Canaanites because Hebrews in history that's not very ancient. But the Canaanites, do you believe that they were black?
I do believe they were people of color. They were dark skinned people. Yeah, I do.
I
But
mean, people from Iraq, they're not black, but they are, kind of
yeah, that's
dark
what I said.
skinned.
I believe they were people of color. So
But to our standard, that we know what we mean when we say black. Ludacris is black, Tyrese is black. So people of color to me is not specific. Um,
I well, melanated
somebody.
people.
Well, everybody's melanated. You see,
Well,
everybody.
dark.
White people have melanin. You know.
Okay, well, heavily dark melanated people. I do believe they have people of color. Like I'm not. I don't think they look like white Jesus. You get what I'm saying? Like,
That's understandable. People in Asia, they don't look like people in Denmark and Sweden.
so,
You know what I'm saying? But they are not black. I mean, to me, they're not people. Asians are not black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's okay. It's just out of curiosity. I've been arguing that for many years. I have a video about that called "White Supremacy Black Awakening." It's in the description of
mhm.
all my videos, and um, we have the standard of war that I've shown many times. I mean, I don't. Do you have a couple of minutes?
Yeah, I'll stick with you for a couple more minutes,
Yeah.
but then after
All
that,
right.
I'm going
I
to bed.
understand. I understand. Because
But
you said that a few times already, so I don't
no,
want to.
you good.
Yeah.
You good.
So I'm just gonna show you here. Well, for all purpose, let me share White Semites Black Awakening. So anybody that might be interested, it is not the most entertaining video. I'm aware of that because I'm just going through artifacts. But though it is not the most entertaining one, it is probably one of the most informative one. I'm trying to copy here, but for some reason it's messing with me here. Okay, what I'll do. I'm sorry. I chat here. Too much Black Awakening. There it is. Everybody have it in the chat. As Black Awakening, I show many different artifacts from the Levant, Mesopotamia, and all that. So here, and I always pronounce it is standard of Ur. I always say the standard of war. Standard of Ur. So second link, British Museum. I'm going to share the link so people know I'm not making it up. Museum. British Museum is in London, England. So Ur, that's Chaldea. Mesopotamia. That's where Abraham is said to come from. Now the date here, production date 2500 BC. And we have many different pictures, many different angles, but this is what those people look like. So some people say, oh, those are Goodians. I don't know where they get that from, but those surely don't look like any black people. But that's not the only one, when you look at artifacts and you see many different artifacts like that, um, those people are of Caucasoid stock. They are not black skin. They are white skinned people. just like people in Iran and Iraq.
Do
And
you think that because the paint is light? There's you saying because they're not painted as dark?
well,
Because it look like they have big noses and their hair looks packed.
they it looks like they have big noses, but more long, like crooked noses, like like people from
Yeah,
Turkey and
I'm trying to
yeah,
see it on my phone, but
yeah.
yeah, okay.
But we can see that we have the color though, So if they wanted to put color, they could have done it. But some people may argue, okay, well, we're not sure about the color. But this once again one of the artifacts. We do have the painting from Beni Hassan, where we can see the ancient Egyptians standing next to um, the Canaanites. So a lot of time we see reproductions, but the original does exist. For example, this one here is a reproduction. That's not the original. The original is here. So at the bottom, we have the ancient Egyptians. We can see the skin tone, and
Mhm. Mhm.
at the top, we have the Hyksos. Now, they people may say, okay, they have a tan. What I'm saying, but it still doesn't make them black skin because people in the Middle East, it's not surprising that they will have a tan. Knowing the climate over there.
Mhm.
And for the record here, it's another reproduction. But on the original, we can okay, this one is a bit small. But here, if people can see my cursor, that's a hieroglyphic or Medu Neter for Heka Haset or Heka Hasut, which is a Medu Neter word that the Greeks call the Hyksos. And I have shared before that the British Museum states that the Hyksos are of Palestinian descent, and Encyclopedia Britannica does say that the Hyksos are of Palestinian descent. So that's why many times I say Canaanites.
Hmm.
Here I can show Britannica
Definitely,
and
definitely. Yeah, not trying to rush you off because my phone's literally about to
oh yeah,
die.
I understand, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug it up, but yeah, that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna look into that because I was taught, from what I can remember and the things I've read, the Canaanites were people of color. But that's interesting. So I'm
But
gonna
that's what many
definitely.
people have been saying. They even in the movie Malcolm X, oh, he was a people of color, but people of color. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go, sister. I'll let you get some.
Yeah, yeah, because my phone is gonna die any minute now, any second now.
Of
So,
course.
but
Thanks a lot,
I'm
sister.
on, I'm on 1%. Have a good night.
Thanks, and to you. Bye bye. So, brothers and sisters, I've shared the link of Britannica, and I'm gonna read the comments. I'm sorry. So, um, here. Oh, I thought it was highlighted. You know what? I'm gonna do it here. So, so is it the same link? Yes, it is. Um, Hyksos, Egyptian dynasty. Hyksos dynasty of Palestinian origin. So that's it. You have it there. So that's the reason why I usually say Canaanite. Let me go through the comments. Tony Williams wrote that ScamNeter cash cow is polite. Oh, I've shared that before. Texas Bama wrote the mother said they were supposed to be going downstairs to eat and she would join them shortly. That's his way of trying to cast doubt. Stephen P. wrote F. Cardi B. She said herself when she was a stripper, she drugged men to rob them. Well, people can say that, but there's many rappers who not necessarily drug females, but there was a song, She Don't Even Know It. There's a whole song about, putting something in the woman's drink. So there was an acronym. Was it UNEO? But anyway, there was a song about that. But many rappers rapped about robbing people, getting people's houses, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So is the issue drugging or robbing? You know, uh, there's a rapper, man. Okay, I may not say his name because people are gonna be like, man, that's the type of music you listen to. But he has a song called Robberies. I think it's robbery actually, not the plural form. Um, He has an African name which starts with an A. I'll leave it there. Now, so people don't say F those rappers. So why would they say F Cardi B for doing the same thing that dudes have done? And I'm not a feminist, not at all. So yeah, 90 plus books. I actually shown the Twitter page. And that's what I was saying. And that was one of the things that actually attracted many people. You know, his nickname was Young Phantom. You know, under 30 years old, 90 plus books. You know, a lot of people are like, wow, damn, 90 plus books. You know, Shaka, a lot of people would admit, bro, that as bad as it is, we can agree there are times when women lie about being beat up, right? But those women don't be like, he raped my daughter. It doesn't happen as often as he beat me. I agree. I agree. It's not something that happens like so often. You know, happens every now and then, but it's not something. I wouldn't say it's common. You will have more women who say he raped me rather than say he raped my daughter. I was on mute. Damn, I hope I wasn't on mute for too long. I know I hit the mute button when I was coughing. Let me listen. I have to wait for the advert. It's a non-clickable ad, so let me refresh the page. Sometimes when you refresh the page, it works. Let me listen. Well, you know, I have a few more minutes. So if somebody wants to get on panel, even if you disagree with me, feel free. I don't mind. You know, take this opportunity. I haven't done a lot of Q&A and free talk in a while. I was busy with rapists and child molesters. They're trying to get cute, trying to holler at me like I'm wrong, something. You must be out of your damn mind. Oh, I was on mute. Those desperate baby mamas that you see on ScamNeter's channel, a fair bit of them probably have some child molesters in their family. Maybe their daddy, their uncle, their son, their ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or current husband or current boyfriend. You know. But it is clear and obvious that in the conscious community we have a high rate of rapists, pedophiles, child molesters. Because for a good month, we've seen the majority of them. Stop talking about this, man. You talk about other stuff. Oh no, I keep on talking about this. See, when I was talking about the pedophile and child molesters in France, they didn't mind. When I'm talking about them in America, now they take issues with that. And we have the xenophobia. You know, the punk butler Reggie has made it clear that he is xenophobic. Otherwise, talking about, you know, African scholars. Now, my newest intro, where you can hear me telling him that he's been a butler for 30 years, you know, bringing, you know, tea and coffee, going errands for the scholars. But you hear when he asks, you know, I brought up, because what happens just before, and I played that before, I played that in the past. He was being xenophobic and trying to justify it regarding Sekou. I said, well, did you tell her to shake on Tadiop? And he said, when did Sheikh Tadiop talk about African Americans? So basically, it's like people are not supposed to talk about African Americans if they are not from America. It's ridiculous. But then I say, you know, saying that about Theophilo Benga. And I should have said Dr. Theophilo Benga. For those who don't know, Dr. Theophilo Benga, he's the one who assisted Diop. Assisted both of them. Went against the other scholars, and they argued for the blackness of the ancient Egyptians in the 1974 UNESCO symposium, or conference, if you prefer. So they don't put in work back in the days, 1974. I know that Dr. Theophilo Benga taught in America. You know what I'm saying? And he also lectured there. He speaks English, though he has a strong accent. It may be a bit difficult to understand him all the way, but but that being said, then he asked, have you met him or have you spoke to him? And I said, well, I've seen him. And then he went, oh, you've seen him on YouTube? I've seen him in person. I even wanted to ask him a question, but I was waiting for the mic. They only take so many questions, and then I couldn't get to ask my question. But I've seen him in person. But even if I never seen him, that's besides the point. That's Butler Reggie being a punk. You know what I'm saying? So this is a talking point that he uses a lot because he has been acquainted with some scholars. But don't be fooled by that. And he's not a doctor, by the way. ScamNeter calls him doctor out of respect or whatever. I mean, that's not what you do, But, he likes to do that to hype his homie up. You know what I'm saying? Butler Reggie is a punk, and he is pseudo. He said that Heru is Greek. I'm going to play it, and then we're going to hear from our brother V. Bennett from D.C. So where is it where Punk Butler Reggie said that Heru is Greek? It is about... I have a fair bit of clips now. But when I'm looking for it,
Kemet is the greatest empire in history. You don't need to compare. If anybody want to compare, like, we trying to get to Kemet level. Kemet is number one. So we comparing it to other religions is basically saying, hey, we could compare with them. No, we got 3,000 years of documented history. Show me a culture that could show you that. Sumer can't do it. Mesopotamia can't do it. Assyria can't do it. Persia can't do it. The Greeks can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, his pharaoh could have been a Greek, but I don't.
Well, I tell you what, Heru was Greek.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, because one of the stories of Heru being conceived is during the Greek time period.
Now, there's one that I played in the past where he says that the Egyptian kings were crazy for building the pyramids. But if somebody requests that, then I can play it again. But just before I hear from V. Bennett, I want you to hear that this is only 36 seconds.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Kemetics. I bang against them, and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
He bangs against the Kemetics. Have you heard him say that he bangs against the Hebrews? Or have you heard him say that he bangs against the Black Muslims? V. Bennett, how are you, brother?
Yeah. Good morning, Shaka Hotep, man. Yeah, I was about to speak Danish again, man. Oh my God. Yeah. Do you know what that means? Good morning. It means good morning. Obviously, it's not too much of a stretch. Yeah. But I don't know what the heck. I wanted to say, anybody coming here on the panel that comes to this page, it's like getting because Reggie said he's like, they call him a doctor and stuff. This is like going to a university, actually, Shaka. What you doing here, man? This is like going to a lecture every morning in class, seriously. And I'm getting like my YouTube bachelor on this channel because I wouldn't know all the details of these dudes, man. Really. I wouldn't know all the details. I'm participating every day. I'm showing up to class on time. After a couple months, I'm gonna have my master. I'm gonna finish the bachelor's. I'm gonna start my master's, right? I'm gonna do it the right way. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. There's nothing that he's saying that makes sense. I mean, any of them, man, they flip flop, and then I think they just when you flip flop like that, you land in your own doo doo every once in a while, and that's what's happening with them. I mean,
Hmm.
this thing about hey, Ru is Greek. Okay, well, see, for them, it's okay to blend the lines, to blur the lines that way. So I consider that to be like, okay, this game of identity too, like this cat and mouse game of admixture, you know? So, it's like, so now he's saying that, oh, well, one of the stories about Heru was Greek, right? One of the stories, but is that the same thing? Is Heru, the bottom line is you have to go to the source of the story. And the source of the story is not it's not Greek. The source of the
True.
character Heru is not Greek,
True.
you know? So they like to blur the lines with their with I hate to call it scholarship. I don't call it scholarship because it's not, but they like to blur the lines with their facts and their assertions, right? And where does it stop? When you start blurring the lines like that and you use that type of methodology, then where does it stop? It always comes back to you. So now we don't know. They put the question out of, oh, is Heru Greek or is Heru African? But it can come back to you and people can have the same questions about you. Who are you? Who are you? You see what I mean? So I
Brother.
think I think that's what they're doing. That's where it just gets, as far as the assertions, the scholastic assertions they make, that's where it becomes problematic. I mean, pick a side, pick a beginning, pick a origin, pick a point in time, and pick a beginning and stick to that beginning, and then move your way out. Not try to, start in the middle somewhere and get funky with the assertions and the scholarship. So yeah, it's just silly, man. It's just silly, Shaka.
But you have to understand the psychology of the dude. When he said that, that was before Trockville, also known as Garfield Reed, with an invisible bachelor's degree in history. Um, for the record, Donnie Williams, what's his name? Butler Reggie does have a degree, engineering or maybe computer science. But he said himself they were dealing with punch cards. It was an early stage of computing, you know, or IT, as some may call it. But no degree in any field like history or Egyptology or anthropology. But anyway, he has a right to teach. He has a right to stay sub. But when he's pseudo, he's pseudo. So anyway,
The way
when
he
he said that, that
talks,
was before. Mhm.
yeah, the way he talks, he doesn't sound like he has a degree in history or Egyptology or anything like that. That's all I'm saying. He might have a degree in computer science, and that's great, but he doesn't speak like he has a degree in, Egyptology or
But
history.
I think he's engineering because I remember him saying he dealt with computer stuff in the punch card, but he showed it. He just showed it. You know what I'm saying? Now I forgot which degree it was. If he was a bachelor, I think he was a bachelor. I don't think he was a bachelor, but anyway, yeah. Donnie Williams says that he knows he was talking about track field. So yeah, indeed, track field has a secret degree. That nobody has seen publicly. Now, track field claimed that he has a bachelor's degree in history. So as for Reggie, he said that Butler Reggie said that Hero is Greek before the debate between Trackfield and Jabari. So at the time they were saying all those talking points to refute Jabari. So him being mentally disturbed, mentally unstable, he came up with some pseudo stuff. So Danny Williams wrote 1980 computer science Reggie. So there it is. Partly it is computer science and not engineering, but And was it? Do you know? Was it a bachelor's degree? You know. But yeah, that's why he said that. That was pseudo. And when I brought that up to him, he was angry and he told me "f you" several times. And at the time, I didn't lash out. I just left the panel. But then I thought about it, and then I blasted him. You know what I'm saying? And some people, you think they change, and you realize that dude doesn't change. He is a sucker. He's going against Kemetic people all the time. He wants to be the main Kemetic guy, and he got washed up by Jabari anyway, and he's just I mean, I ain't gonna spend my whole evening talking about the dude, but I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that Butler Reggie is a lame. He's a punk. He's pseudo, and he will gaslight about I know such and such. I knew Dr. Ben. I knew Dr. Palak. He was a butler for them. He brought them tea. He brought them tea and coffee. He held their umbrellas. He held their suitcases, and that's about it. We have Donnie in the place to be. Would you mind sharing? We need to see your face. That's a requirement. Oh, thank you, Donnie. Feel free to speak,
You know,
Donnie.
you can know a lot of those elders, and because those elders, they made themselves accessible to the public, the communities that they're from. They love their communities. So it's kind of like you know, it's unfair to like even use them because unlike a lot of persons, they made a point to make themselves accessible to their community, you know, and they wanted to encourage their community in any way possible, So, I knew them and I knew that. Okay, well, that's okay. That's great. That's why I say I don't mention the people, scholars I know, because it would be the transactions, although valid, it would be silly because they're doing that to everybody else. Those kind of transactions I wouldn't get from many scholars because there's a difference from there's a difference when a scholar is trying to empower their own community. They make themselves accessible in ways that most scholars don't. Most scholars don't even, don't even care about that because they don't have the same troubles as the black community have. So
For sure. And Donnie, feel free to speak. That's Donnie Williams, right?
Yes.
Welcome, brother. Feel
Greetings.
free to speak. Greetings, brother.
Just greetings, Bennett. I'm just kind of just tapping in just to say what's up and just kind of support. I'm just here
I
listening in.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate
But I did have a comment. I did watch that video today, the one you were playing, and I thought you did a excellent job. So because you had to battle a couple people, Nepal, Reggie, and some other dudes. Their name skips me right now, but I think you did an excellent job, man.
Yara.
Yeah.
Yara. The guy who said who kept asking me if there's any if there was slavery in Kemet.
Yeah, something
Or
along
is it
those
the
lines.
other guy who talked about the Moors, Lord Abba?
No, no,
But
no. Lord Abbott, I'm sorry, but he came just you killed him off the top as soon as you showed that artifact. I mean, he was trying to. What was he trying to do? Like he was trying to prove that.
he's claiming that the Moors were black. Yeah, I think he even tried to show some black. He talked about the black Canaanites, but he's been claiming that the Moors were black. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but
no,
for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I want to share that link because I've uploaded the two appearances that I had on ScamNetter's channel because I noticed today that he deleted them. He kept the mighty Hebrew stuff, even though he was convicted of rape. He kept polite stuff, even though polite scammed him, according to his own words. But then he has a right to remove anything he wants. But I just re-uploaded it, and you see here you have it in the chat. Shakanduku Kemet was too strong for the House of Consciousness, and it's important to know that I gave everybody a piece of the action over there. Including Reggie, Garfield, and and so yeah. And some people felt some type of way. As a matter of fact, I've uploaded the second one, but I didn't put the MetaNature class, which I did for free over there. But then you have nearly all the rest. Um, at the beginning, ScamNetter said, you had a lot of people crying. Garfield wouldn't pick up the phone. But go ahead, Donnie Williams.
That's it for now. You just did a good job. You did a real good job. So
Yeah, thank you. So I think from that moment on, and which was like 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, a lot of people were on ScamNetter's ear, like, man, how you gonna let this French guy, style on us like that? You know what I'm saying? He's not one of us, blah blah blah. But he buckled under the pressure. Probably when I played that clip from of Faircon, the self-fair teaching, um, or maybe when I laughed when I heard that, he accused Nepal of stealing the money. I don't know, but I know that Butler Reggie and Unc were in his ear. Those guys are jealous. They see other people who improve over time. You know what I'm saying? Those guys haven't improved at all. And it is what it is. But people have seen that when I was on the channel and Unc was trying to get cute, I said, well, we can talk about it. Come to my platform. He said, no. I said, I'll come to your platform. He said, no. By themselves, they aren't worth anything. But they always do the Power Ranger thing. And they tried it with Sekou. Sekou gave them business. Even though Sekou doesn't really come here anymore, it's not an obligation. But today, he left a comment. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But
And then
yeah, go ahead, brother.
I did find it funny that concerning that mighty Hebrew guy, that Frankie, he always like, 1 minute he's cool with him, and then he's basically trying to air him out, and then 5 minutes later he's like, yeah, he slept over my house, and that's my brother, and we're cool, and this is what brothers do, we fight, and we just cool. But knowing of his record, how do you allow somebody, and you got kids and stuff, you got offspring, how do you allow somebody like that in your home?
Because
to
he
me
has no morals.
to me that is crazy.
And maybe he did the same thing. Enki said that ScamNeter was having sex with a 15-year-old girl called Nikki Shalner from Harlem when ScamNeter was in his 30s. So if he did the same thing, then for him it's like another day of the office. Feel free, V. Bennett.
No, that's the point in like trying to stay out of, not entering in, not trying to qualify people's personal lives, and although they do that and they bring it in the arena, but of course I'm not saying this rape and all of this stuff is personal. No, that's public record. Actually, these are things that everybody will want to know about in their communities, who they're with in their schools, who, things like this. But I think it's weird because that comment that Sekou left, he was like, the one comment that he left, I wish he would just come back and really get back to the scholarship, but over here. But he left this comment about, yeah, he treated that girl in Nepal well. But it's kind of like, okay, so you care about ScamNeter treating his girlfriend, relationship with his girlfriend, man? Like, really? That's what you care about? But you don't care about the other stuff? That doesn't bother you? Like, I'm confused by a lot of these kind of points they're making now. It just is like, damn, but it's something the brother just said. What was his point? That's why I was mentioning it. It's something about where they draw the line, where they enter into. They enter in at one point into these things and then they back out of these. Oh, right. That's what I was going to say. ScamNeter's going to have a person who's a pedophile and a rapist in his home, right? He has a personal friendship with him. That's a personal friendship. They like family, basically. And that's why I was saying, Sekou, he shouldn't vouch for people's personal relationships like that, because this is where you're entering into. You're entering into this realm of friendship that's not even necessary. It's not even necessary. We could all respect each other, be brothers and sisters, without being personal friends that have to personally defend and vouch for each other personally. It's just pointless, man. Because I just don't get it, man. That's it, man.
Could it be possible maybe Sekou might have some kind of a motive?
I hope not, but I hope not, because it wouldn't be a good one. It wouldn't be a good one for me, man. I don't, in real life, you have people that have issues, and there's even your homeboys will understand that. Wait a second, right on this one, you got to walk yourself on this one. I can't do nothing for you on this one, and you understand that in life. You know what I'm saying? But so he might have a motive. Maybe he's manipulated. Maybe he feels personally compelled. Maybe he is. Because given the nature of this stuff, we look into to empowerment of our communities. We go into these things thinking that everybody have the best intentions, and so that you do feel a certain way sometimes. It's possible you can feel a certain way sometimes and feel like you have to protect people, but a lot of it is misused and misguided, because you find out, who are you protecting? Who are you protecting? It's no point. You just got to be rational in this and be a man and stand, first of all, for yourself, and just know that
all things are not for you to protect. It doesn't matter who it's for. It could be your number one scholar. That's where you drop off, you know? Yeah, so I think it could be confusion, but it could not be. It could also be something, his own character could be involved somehow. I have no clue, brother. I don't want to guess, but I wish Sekou the best, man. I liked what I was hearing. I always liked it. The one thing I like to hear about these things is I like to hear brothers and sisters from different places in the world engage respectfully on different topics, geopolitics, history, religion, any of these things, anything that affects our community. But what I don't like is when we use those opportunities for something petty and stupid,
Indeed.
so
Indeed.
and mismanage the opportunities. So yeah.
Indeed.
And I would like just to say briefly, you have the comment on the screen there. And he wrote, Sanetta has been good to this lady. She just chose her own way. There's plenty of videos where ScamNeter cursed out the pop like crazy, live on air. But besides that, after their separation, ScamNeter went on the public platform, which is Killer Priest, live stream, and in the chat he wrote that Nepal ran off with the debate money. Jabari's debate with Trackfield money. So he made a public accusation against her. So if that is being good to a lady, well, so be it. I'll just leave it there. And later on, he on my platform, he said, "Oh, I think I made a mistake." It's not a mistake. But anyway, can you hear me, brothers? Oh, you don't.
Yes, yes, I hear you. Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, brothers, it's been a good one. It's been 2 hours and 55 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna get my daughter ready for school. Thank you very much, brother V. Bennett, brother Donnie Williams. Donnie Williams is there most of the live stream. Everybody else in the chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
Donnie,
my
what's
closing
up, bro?
remarks.
Peace, y'all.
Bro.
Peace. I'm out.
Peace.
Yeah, peace, brothers. Thank you very much. So, brothers, my closing remarks by now. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I stay fast. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do it, Cheru? Hotep.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first MetaNetcher class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other MetaNetcher lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the MetaNetcher, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the MetaNetcher, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the MetaNetcher classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar, It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the MeduNeter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.